And I got the cross on. Come on now.
This man's stupid.
Yeah, facts. Like, what are you doing? Talking about it's like I'm an angel sent from heaven. Okay, well, we are here Wednesday, January 27th. Also, oh crap, I messed up. My bad. Hold on, I clicked out. I saw you post some shoes on Discord. I don't know how I feel about those. I'm pulling them up here.
I don't know how you feel about them.
The Mayor Jordans, them things
Air
clean.
Jordans on neutral grays? Come on now.
Okay, they look pretty clean. They look pretty clean. They look pretty
Pretty
clean.
clean.
Pretty.
Yeah,
Man,
they
show the
look
screen,
pretty
man.
We don't need to do all that. We don't need to do all that. We're talking about Rocket League right now. We can talk about the shoes later. But definitely, there's been a little bit of action since we left off. And then there was also some things that we didn't get to that we talked about on Monday. So for those who missed it, you guys are going to have to go through the VOD to watch Monday's episode. I have it rendered, but I haven't been able to post it yet. And then we're going to post some other topics for you guys to discuss over the course of the week. That being said, first thing we want to hit on is there was Smug play today. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if you guys watched Smug. I didn't get a chance to. I'm not gonna lie, I was just doing a lot today. There was this whole stock market thing going on. I didn't get a chance to watch Smug, but apparently there was this 1v1 that a lot of people are talking about between Yuri. Oh my god, I always have trouble saying Yoru's or Jorius.
Joros.
Yeah, it's there's
It's
I'm about to start
Joru.
a whole nother topic of just people making easy to say Rocket League names. I don't know why, there's such a tough thing to ask for is for easy to say Rocket League name. But yeah, he played it apparently Jack, and apparently that was really good. Wow, I didn't mean to do that. But
That was good.
yeah, apparently also Kaylee Red Cole. So actually, Cole and Stumpy, if you're hearing this, you both lost a 1v1 match to Kaylee. I'm very, very disappointed. Like, I'm very disappointed. I've already told Stumpy publicly, like, I like Cole more than him. But Cole should have won that because then I would have felt more better about Cole. But anyways, guys, if you guys at home haven't watched Smug, go check that out. I did the pit yesterday for NA, and we got to watch Omar make it to the finals just so they could lose. So I was a little disappointed in Omar. He got clapped by iRicky, but I liked what I saw.
Come on, my
from
boy.
him. Yeah,
That's a
Come on, my
1v1.
boy.
that's
That
a
pitch
lot.
1v1.
Yeah, the pit was 1v1. So what they did was they had everyone do this like free for all 1v1 thing. The 1v1v1v1 where you score and then you're out.
Okay. Yeah,
And then
yeah,
they had
yeah.
them do that until it was like a draft. And then after the draft, what they had to do was the first three or the top three in the draft got to pick their opponents. So Omar picked Cauley, beat him, then played Brisky, beat him. That was actually, the Brisky one was kind of funny because in game 3, they were all best of 5s. In game 3, Brisky just kind of stops moving at some point. He's like down by 3. He's just like, bruh, we just finna run out the clock.
He's like, you got it, bro. You got it.
Yeah, he's like, you got it, bro. They start talking in text
man.
chat. I'm over here like, okay.
Omar,
alright.
you say you're playing against Omar?
Yeah, he's playing against Omar.
Omar, like, come on now, my boy. That's me.
Right. And the chat was really in favor of like Omar and Brisky on that half of the bracket. Some people were talking about Brisky was taking the whole thing. He lost to Omar. Omar went to play against iRicky in the grand finals, and by the time Omar had even gotten a close game, it was already too late. Ricky took the first 2 games pretty handily. Omar was getting frustrated. He was switching his car around, and then at that point,
Oh, not the
there was-
placebos.
Yeah, at that point,
Oh,
like that's what it
no.
was.
Oh,
To
no.
be
Man, not
fair,
the placebo.
Omar is hilarious though. He got the most hilarious placebos I think I've ever heard of a player. He'll sit there. I remember I was talking to him. I still have the clip. I can't play it for you guys to hear it, but I can play it for chat. That's funny, by the way. I think what ended up happening. Omar was talking about how he stopped playing for a day, lost all his mechanics, but since he has one of the most adaptable bodies, what he did was he put everything he was missing into his IQ, and then he was playing with 2 million IQ.
When his brains are short circuit, he just goes and recirculates some of his blood flow from his arm, make sure his left
Yeah.
arm a little limp, and that goes pushing more to the brain to increase the IQ, I guess.
One of the most adaptable bodies.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Omar's a character.
Yeah, facts. So thank you guys. By the way, if there's just people who are just listening, the oh my god sounds are subs. So again, thanks to everyone who has been subbing. I believe we got like 3 subs today. Chrissy, thank you. Champagne, thank you. Jackie, thank you so much. But yeah, speaking of which, one thing I want to talk about is there's been a little bit of a misconception, or I won't say a misconception, but kind of a small debate in the community about ones in general, right? Some people think you have to always play ones. Some people think that, you know, playing or like ones isn't everything. So I want to open up the floor with this one. How important is ones? Like, should you be maining one? Should that be your only game mode? Talk to me about it. Talk to me about it.
The old one's grandpa can hit it first, yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, I mean, nowadays, I think ones is like extremely important. I don't think there's a pro in the scene that hasn't like played once, at least for a short period of time of their come up. You know what I'm saying? So, I think ones is like extremely important. Everybody should learn how to play ones. It just helps you kind of focus on your own mistakes and your own gameplay. You don't have anyone else to blame on the field. For one, for two, you get like the most space on the field that you're gonna get playing the game. So you can work on your mechanics and your time and space on the ball, your defense, your 1v1 defense, your boost management, boost control, boost starving people, everything, man. Ones is just all around like one of the best game modes to grind on your come up.
Ones are obviously very, very, very important because they factor in somewhat into twos, which is I think is the most important game mode for anybody grinding up on the come up to try to make it into the pro scene, and being able to defend, being able to shadow defense, being able to take advantage of every single scenario when you have the ball and when you don't have the ball, and also ones leads to that self criticism that we're always touching on. Without that self criticism, you really can never get any better. 'Cause a lot of these new youngins and these new players, all they do is flame their teammates.
Yes,
And
sir.
flame everybody else on the field and blame Psyonix and blame the lag and blame anything else that they can. When 9 times out of 10, it's usually none of that. It's usually just that individual player themselves. So and ones makes you realize that and really accept your own faults and work on those faults to become a better player in Rocket League. A prime example, just in terms of pure mechanics, you got Forky, you got Jorus, any of those type of players. They can do every single thing in the game. It just matters. Now they're what they need to make it to the league is tangible.
Okay,
Ones is
so
by far really
so
important.
I see what you're saying. Like there's definitely an importance here. Now there's this thing that I've been seeing recently with a lot of ones players. You know, we talk about Forky. I actually use Forky as a prime example. You know, ones main does a lot of cool stuff in ones. Has this cool, you know, woo flip reset, double touch on the stream. But when it comes down to the 3v3, when it comes down to the overall competitive scope of things, I feel like there's a really big misconception that like ones players, in all honesty, like just because you are a top ranked ones player, you can just fit into any roster. And I feel like that's just not the case.
It is not. You can't. You have to learn every game mode. Ones is as important as twos. Twos is as important as threes. And like you playing an equal amount of all of them is just how you stay well rounded. Starting at ones is probably the most important because once you become a threes player, it's really hard to like commit yourself into the ones because ones is like that ragey type. Like once you mess up, you're mad, but you'll blame like the game and things like that just because you're not used to playing ones anymore. But it's just like it's all on you. So you just gotta criticize yourself. Make sure that you're grinding every game mode because that's what matters the most.
Yeah. You gotta have that balanced breakfast. You can't go in only eat nothing but carbs or something like that, and then think you gotta come out looking right. You gotta make sure you eat, get your bacon in, get your bread in, get your and then get some veggies in too. So you make sure you're well-rounded, individualistic rocket.
Yeah, no, I think that's facts. Especially because I think for me, as someone who's like constantly trying to improve, but as someone who like, you know, people definitely like underrate casters a lot in terms of the game, and I think that I'm use that as motivation. I'm not going. First of all, like
hey, DeMar kind of nice. I ain't gonna
don't do that.
He had to slide that in there. He had to slide that in there. They underrated. Come on, boys.
I am underrated. Like I am. Okay. So
get mad, DeMar. Get mad.
Right. Like come on now. But I think that for me, one of the things that I needed to do to improve in my gameplay was play once, because I was always a big advocate. Like, rotations are important, you know, positioning, decision making. Like, I spent a lot of time just like focusing on that, just because that's just my work. You know what I mean? I have to be able to point that out. But at that point, at that same sentiment, when I'm playing and, you know, I'm like trying to like play games in lobbies with like Roll Diz or any of the other players and stuff like that, those dudes get into the air and then I look like, I'm like this, just like in a corner, like I'm in the net in the corner like this, because I don't have the mechanics. I can't go into the air a lot, or like I'll jump into the air and people are pre-jumping because they think I'm garbage. So I got to put, you know, for me, it's like, okay, I got to get off of threes. I remember especially Virtuoso did a tweet the other day, which kind of inspired me a little bit. He was just talking about, you know, you're not going to improve if you're just playing threes all day. And I think a lot of people want to play threes because they see RLCS is in threes, so they just grind threes all day. But it's gonna take more than that. You gotta up your individual mechanics, and I think ones and twos really helps that. So T-Bates is right in terms of like a quote unquote balanced breakfast. I think that is
Right,
you know
baby.
I think it's important. I think it's important.
Yeah, threes is also just easy to rank up. It's the easiest of the three.
I don't know
game
about
modes to
this
rank.
season. I don't know about this season. This season is like,
This
bruh,
season different. All these soft
this season
resets.
different.
At Psyonix, you watching? No more soft resets.
I mean, I could just
That's
be ultra washed, so like it just could be me being washed. But I think threes this season is just terrible.
Yeah, solo queue is
Historically.
bad. It's bad. It's
Historically.
really bad. But I mean, I could talk about ranked all day, especially because they got those MMR assassins that are in the ranks where, you know.
And then Mars,
I gotta talk about the MMR
You
assassins.
talking about
man.
stuck in time?
No,
Stuck in time and Lemsky and threes when they beat you every time, and they're like the greatest threes ranked duo of all time.
like you get that one dude on the team, biker dude 24 or whoever, and then biker dude plays like trash, like so bad on the team. But then when he's on the other team, that's, you know, he starts priming, and you notice it too. You notice it because you pointed it out last game where you're just like, you weren't doing all this last game. Where was it? But then biker dude just starts to prime. That's an MMR assassin, bro. He like, that's just, you're not winning. Like, he is there just to
that's
make
a
sure
great
you have a
term
bad
for it,
time.
man.
Yeah.
That's a great term for it. MMR assassin.
Yeah, they come through and they
Man,
just
be
take
taking your
points.
points both sides of the field, bro.
Like your
Like-
team man off your team, and then you blink your eyes, you're already minus 50. And then you're like, "What the heck happened?" And you keep
Bruh.
queuing. You
That's
start
when
paying
you-
your desk. You don't want to play no more.
That's when you quit the game for real.
Right. That's why you always gotta make sure you got that backup game, because I'm telling you, bro, like if Rocket League is your only game, you are set up to have a bad time. Like, you are. It's like the games are so short, especially if you forfeit, the games are much shorter than that. You just be, all right, I gotta get my points back. This is gonna be the game. And you keep getting mad and mad and mad, and next thing you know, you down 100. You a chant 3 after you was GC2 a minute ago, crying. So, like, Lord, no. Do not let them MMR assassins get you. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, I want to go to back to the RLCS. We had a topic yesterday that we never got to necessarily finish or talking to, or actually, I feel like we should just expand more on it overall. And it was the G2 Rogue matchup. You know, we talked about G2 Rogue. This is something that T-Base proposed. And I'm going to start with you. Who needs to win more in this matchup, G2 or Rogue?
Chicago, I know you're listening. You and your team need to win more, and I'll tell you why. Because right now, a lot of people, they see you outside the top 3, Chicago. They see you outside the top 3, and they're not giving you the respect that you might deserve. You've been putting in the time and rank, one of the best 2 players. You're always on the grind, always posting YouTube videos, but you got 3 teams in front of you: NRG, SSG, and Envy. And they usually always beating y'all. Y'all haven't made any major regional grand finals. Nick can probably Nick missed, aka missed, probably over there disrespecting you some form of fashion, saying I don't have to worry about them. Squishy ain't thinking about you when it comes to the grand final. Chicago, you want to enter that top upper 3 echelon. You got to ball out this weekend. You, Rizzo, J Nabs, y'all got to beat Rogue and put yourselves and solidify yourself as a legit top 4 team. And if not even top 4, go even further and put yourself in that top 2 conversation. They need it more than Rogue do.
Hey, I'm gonna start off by saying I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. Who needs this win more? I'm gonna agree with T-Base.
That's
G2
right.
does. G2 definitely needs to win more. Why? Because of all that pressure. You're supposed to be a top 3 team. You're supposed to be beating Rogue. But will you? That's the question.
Will you show up? Will you show up and be Rogue?
G2 definitely needs to win more.
Boy, don't let me come on Monday with a G2 loss. If G2 loses the Rogue come this weekend, I ain't never gonna let Chicago live it down. I'm disappointed. I'm be disappointed. Oh, goodness.
Man,
Lord help us all.
I think, man. See, for me, I think Rogue, especially with what I did yesterday, with having Rogue at 5th.
Hey, bro.
I think Rogue probably should win the match.
Oh my
But
God!
I put G2 in my top 3, so I put them over SSG. So yeah, I kind of need that to happen too. You know what I'm saying? Like otherwise, I literally sat in Discord today and Reynolds was giving me all this junk. Really, Dash? So we at 4th? We're at 4th, really? He like, wow, like I didn't know you hated us like that. I didn't know, like, what did I do to you? It was because of he thought I said something to him. So I need Chicago to prove me right. I said it. Chicago was in the Discord when I said it. I said, look, I just think Chicago better than y'all right now. Like that's it. I'm sticking to it. I gotta stick to it right now until I get proven wrong. I gotta stick to it. So I think that's, I think G2, yeah, they gotta win that one. I think they gotta win that one. Otherwise, like, yeah.
And also just amongst like their peers too, you got some pros, I'm name dropping Reynolds, saying that all G2 do is win grids if they win anything, like they're not doing anything in the regional. You got to get that respect amongst your peers, man. Come on, Reed. Last time you won something, that wasn't grid. It's been a long time. Been a long time. And everybody and that clock ticking. That clock ticking. We gotta come up on a year. We gonna come up on a year since the last time you won the spring series. Even though y'all might have been the best in there, y'all might have won worlds, but we want to see that G2 again. I know I want to see that G2 again. I'm one of the highest G2 fans in the world. I give you that right now. I like watching G2 play. They y'all replaced Cloud9. Cloud9 is my favorite. So I need to see G2 win. The world want to see G2 win. If G2 loses the Rogue, man, it'll be bad news bears everywhere.
Do you think that play style of G2 will ever be like a consistent thing that a team can achieve? Because they were nasty, bro. Like I don't think anybody was contesting them.
Yeah, they could do it. They just gotta hit their shots.
Like consistently though.
If they hit their shots. Because sometimes they get a little greedy. They think they can just go 1-2, skip Chamalu, and then all of a sudden it's top left. They got 3 dudes in net. You got Reynolds, Arsenal, and Typical. They ain't moving. When Chicago passes J-Nab say, I got top left. The top left ain't there. You know why? Because Arsenal sound the back wall already. Why are you shooting right there? Work them out. Sometimes you got to slow down the pace a little bit. Slow it down. Keep the pressure up. Do like a little pressure cooker. You got to warm up the temperature. You got to get your preheat in the oven. You don't have to just go in, bang, bang. And then all of a sudden try to put it in. It's not necessary. You know what I'm saying? If they can do that, they just do a little mix in, because you know they ain't playing no defense. We all know that ain't gonna happen. I mean, they get stuck on defense for 2 seconds. It's bad news bears. Like it's all going downhill. All downhill on defense. So you know they have to keep the tempo. They have to control the tempo. They have to keep the ball on the other team's half, and they can win the game all day, every day. They can do that. Chicago one of the best midfielders in the world. J-Nab's one of the best strikers, and Rizzo just do everything you need him to do. Whoever they need to be, he a fill-in man. So they great. They just gotta put it in. They gotta, and especially make their shots. No crossbars. Please, no crossbars. Once they hit one crossbar, they just keep going. My God.
Crossbar contagious.
Facts. I mean, like we talk about it, but I don't think Jason. I don't think First Killer's gonna let him do it. I don't think
Jason.
Like, man, especially last weekend too. He was looking fast, dude. Like he was chasing after everything, and then all they gotta do is give the ball to Rocky. You talk about that defense to Rocco, like. He not gonna miss those shots, bro. Like he's not gonna miss those shots. And then
Big Rock? Rock.
Yeah.
Rock the truth.
That's facts. That is facts. I will highly rate Toroko as one of the best shooters, bro. I gotta look up his stats actually to see where he's ranked overall in that. But yeah, I think that's gonna be a fun match. G2 versus Rogue coming up this weekend. X Games, RLCS 2. Did you guys see those medals? Did you see the medals that they
look clean? I
actually didn't.
I like them.
There's medals.
Yeah, first and second, I think are getting gold and silver medals. Like let's say like Rocket League, RLCS X on them, and then with a little X Game logo at the bottom. It's decent.
Sheesh.
Yeah, so those are pretty cool. It's like a nice little event. And then the major also got announced today. It's being sponsored by Ford, so I thought that was pretty cool too. That's a big sponsor for RLCS. What else?
Someone gonna get a truck.
right.
Actually,
they did say that there were gonna be some in-game items that are gonna be coming based off that sponsorship. So maybe
it's gonna be a truck.
Maybe a Ford 150 in the game.
Oh, imagine getting flipped on about 150.
Oh God.
Oh God.
I don't even want to think about it. What else? Dang, I missed something else. Oh, they said RLCS. I think yesterday announced Fennec decals, esports decals for the Fennec. I thought that was pretty
Sure.
clean. I thought that was pretty
That is
clean.
cool. That is cool.
About
Yeah.
time.
Yeah,
So-
no, facts. About time.
So everybody
feel
can,
like
can
that's-
get a decal now.
I feel like that's one of the things that like most people complain about is like, why can't they have esports decals for like most cars?
Yeah.
At least
But,
the main three.
yeah.
Yeah, so now, like people, I think for like at least that first week it comes out, you're gonna see all the teams like with their esports decals on all the cars, and that'll be fun. That'll be fun. Moving on though, let's talk about Pittsburgh Knights. I actually had Pittsburgh Knights as one of my, you guys know, that's like my kind of most slept on team in North America. Tyler proposed this one. Are Pittsburgh Knights here to stay? What do you mean by that? Actually, before we even like jump into it, like, is this roster like cemented? What do you mean?
Are they here to stay as like a legit top 10, top 8 team in A?
Okay,
Or is it just like a one regional fluke in a way? That's the main premise behind the question. And we're not
Okay.
gonna answer it, or Raul can go first. Or
well,
you.
I want to go first on this one. I think that looking at Pittsburgh Knights, I think that like Lando as a coach on that team, Lando is into his job. Like he is all in on the coaching, and much respect to Lando and what he does on the team. I think in terms of like the players, some of them dudes a little weird. I think ZP is a little weird. I'm not gonna lie, but in terms of like their skill on the field and what they're able to pull off on the field, I think they're really good. I think they got a lot of potential. I think that they're in a weird little period, and right now they got to work out a lot of kinks. But when you see, and I think that's really been the issue for this team right now, is we've seen their ceiling, so to speak, when they go close series against teams like NRG and stuff, which again they'll have that matchup this weekend. I think they know that they could come out on top of that matchup, and that probably frustrates them. But as to answer the question of if they're here to stay, I think so. Yeah.
I think they're kind of here to stay as well. You said ZPS a little weird.
Yeah.
What you mean by weird? What you meant by that anyway?
You don't see him on Twitter, on Twitch, like you'll see. Do you follow him? Do you see any of the stuff he be posting?
Like on Twitter? Nah, I mean, I don't go on Twitter too much.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do that for me one day. Let me know. Let me know what you do.
But, I mean, that kid might be weird, but that kid the truth, bro.
Good, man. Keep the weirdness out of it.
Hey, man. There's a lot of weird people in the world, but
Okay.
they go notice for what they do in their profession. You know what I'm saying? So ZPS, that man cold. ZPS be, he be everywhere on the field, on the ceiling, behind you, in your net, scoring on you. Bro, ZPS be doing it all, bro. So, and that team, they all hungry, right? So you said they feel like they could take that matchup against NRG, and when they don't, they get mad, bro. And I mean, that's what you should be mad. Most people are just like, I'm expecting to lose to NRG or somebody that's a top 1-2 team, and Lando got them boys right. That's how they should be feeling. They should be upset because they feel like they can take that. And if they keep that hunger, they keep that drive, they definitely stay in top 8, 100%.
Yeah, I formulated the question because that's what I personally believe. I believe that they are indeed here to stay, and that they can only improve from here. Sosa, ZPS, Rodoko, they all really solid players. They all really want it. Sosa's not always, but sometimes streaming at 2 a.m. He playing from 2 to 4 a.m. And I know he's been grinding all throughout that day. So Sosa grind. Like there are very few Rocket League players that are on that level that grind as much as Sosa do. So, and eventually the work you put in is going to show up on the field. Yeah. They've had great wins even throughout this region. They beat G2. I know G2 for one of them. I know they beat Alpine. So like they're beating RLCS, former RLCS teams, or currently RLCS level caliber teams. So I think as long as they keep putting in the work, they're gonna be here for the long duration of the whole entire season. They might even make worlds, as Damar articulated past Monday.
Yeah, that's
I love them.
yeah, definitely a possibility. I want to see them do better. I do want to see them do better. I think that team again lots of potential, and it'd be good to see a team that a lot of people don't really rate highly, probably not even in any most people's conversations, start to like force their way into conversations, similar to what we saw from KCP. That being said, I want to move on to a team that's been doing much better, and that's going to be Team Envy. So Envy have been dominating North America right now. They've just, I mean, that's the team to beat pretty much. Now, this question is worded one way, but I want to also propose another one too. So the question is, what would another Envy regional win signify for North America and for the world? And I want to piggyback on that too, and also say, do you think if Envy with another regional win, does Envy get into the same conversation that BDS was in Europe, where we're talking about best team of the world?
I think so, but I feel like it's like any given day, another team could just come in and they could just be off their game and things. I think when it comes to important tourneys like regionals, and we gotta wait to see what happens at like Worlds, a world stage where let's see if Envy, and I mean like Envy got Turbo, so they're gonna perform at a Worlds. Like Turbo got the ice, all the ice they need. So I think right now Envy might be the best team in the world, but yeah, it's all opinionated, so opinion based.
You said if they win, would they be in the same conversation as BDS or best team in the world?
Yeah, you know how everybody was just saying BDS was like best team in the world because they were winning all these regionals in a row, and I'm trying to figure out if Envy have that type of conversation pool after that win.
Envy could lose to V1, then drop down and lose whoever the heck they lose to in the lose bracket, and they still be in the conversation best team in the world. They don't need to win another regional, especially NA regional, to prove that they're the best team in the world or in that conversation. BDS has to win all those all the regionals because EU so dang weak. They only got like 2 viable teams. So BDS don't come out on top. It's kind of like maybe you ain't the best team in the world. We all know NA got at least 3. They got at least 3. I'm trying to put G2 in there. That's why I told G2 they need to win this weekend, so I can say 4. And then that means NA you can go any which way. They have great teams throughout. Clearly the best continent by far, and they could lose, they could win.
Wouldn't that show some inconsistency in their play though? Like if they lost, yeah.
No, that'd be one regional.
What? But like for a team to be like solidified as like the best in the world, they ain't losing. They're not losing anything. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. You can be the best. You can be the best in Europe, like I said. Cause when you got a region that skill wise, NA really goes about 10 deep in terms of you can lose these series to anybody. They go game 5, game 7 on any day. They're like the skill in NA is stacked down like I don't know, it's just complete. EU, you got like I said, you got Vitality, Top Blokes, Giants, and then BDS. Like that's pretty much what you got. And when you watch the gameplay, it's slower. BDS takes advantage of that. Like even on Monkey Moon's Flipper set, which was great off the ceiling, they gave him all that time. You don't get that time in NA. In NA, we take that from the sky. We going the other way. That's easy goal. And like there's many teams in NA that can do that. And so if you have that competition, you have that variety. It's okay if you lose one regional, even 2 regional, perhaps, as long as one of the other great teams are doing it. Now, if all the great teams do it, say we got a random team like who's in the bracket right now? Say not random, but say like Sonics go all the way and beat everybody. Then you gotta start pumping the brakes. You gotta pump the brakes. Say, ooh, maybe it ain't not as good as we thought. Maybe BDS really is the best in the world. There's no competition. But for now, if you losing, if you winning, I don't think it really makes a difference in terms of the NA scene. We all know that top little bubble of NA can all win worlds, in my opinion. And that's just the facts, which is also an opinion.
Wait, what?
That don't make sense. That's just not how that works.
Scratch the opinion part. It's just the facts.
We need to get someone from Europe on the show. That's definitely. I need Monkey Moon to come on. I need Archie. I need to bring someone on because T-Base's talking crazy. But also, I don't know. I feel like for me, I think I love Envy. I like the guys on the roster, so to speak. I'm a little bit worried about Atomic on the main stage. Like, I think in terms of land experience, I don't know if he has that, if he can keep that composure. I mean, World is. What was it like your first time playing at Worlds?
Worlds.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nerve wracking, man. It's definitely nerve wracking at Worlds. You like feel everything. You feel the crowd roaring. You feel the thump of the ball when you hit it. You feel everything, bro, at Worlds. So it's like nerve wracking. You don't want to mess up in front of 100,000 people watching at home, maybe more than that, and then like 10,000 in the actual like live audience. Like it's nerve wracking. It's definitely nerve wracking. But you definitely warm up to it as you like continue.
That's what I was about to ask. You warm up to it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So even if Atomic was nervous, say going in, he got two land winners on his team. He might have a little shaky bit of a first series. Got to warm up to it, but eventually he gonna start being Atomic. And once he Atomic, when the machine come on, we all know what the machine can do.
Keep on calling the machine, bro. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me with that. I hope so, because I think you start to look at Atomic's like role on that team and how much that team relies on him. And I think he has to show up. So if he's feeling the pressure, then yeah, it's gonna be on Mist and Turbo to kind of be like, yo, this is what it is. You know what I mean? But that's a team thing. That's a team conversation. We'll see how that goes. Envy, I think we all kind of, everyone here thinks that Envy definitely one of the best teams in NA, definitely in that conversation. We'll see how they do this weekend. Speaking of which, we actually let's go through the bracket and kind of talk about it. Talk about who we have winning. We'll kind of do like a hypothetical bracket. I don't have any graphic for it, but what we'll do is we'll go matchup by matchup and kind of see. We'll go majority rules type of deal and see who wins what matchups and how this bracket's gonna fill out. So we'll start off with Envy versus V1. I think everyone's gonna say Envy here. Am I wrong? Am I right?
Envy, definitely, yep. I think that's a clean sweep, a clean 3 T-base.
Why
don't be looking like that? Why are you doing that?
What are you doing?
He's scheming.
Envy 3-1. Envy 3-1.
You made that so dramatic. He didn't need
to. Yeah, facts, bro. I'm like, is he picking V1?
Right. G2 Rogue.
I'm taking Rogue. Yeah, I already know you picked G2. We discussed this Monday.
Oh yeah, you gotta go back. You gotta like dig. You gotta keep digging your hole in the ground with that one, don't you?
Yeah,
who
Rogue
lost to an Astro again?
We'll talk about it.
Exactly. You already know what they lost to an Astro. I don't either.
We'll talk about it.
Yes,
yeah. I'll dig myself up on Saturday, all right, and then I'll put you in that hole. All right.
I ain't got to worry about that. I ain't got to worry about that.
All
right. Called out G2. G2 know they gotta come out and show out. All right, I'm not worried about any G2 3-0. G2 3-0.
You putting some unnecessary pressure on them. All right.
Nah. Them boys cold. They gonna show up to it. Ballers step up to the pressure. They don't shrink. They don't shrink like this. They rise up in the chest a little bit.
All right, we'll see if they ballers.
Hold on. I got G2 3-0. Demora?
3-0.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
I ain't gonna say all that. I think that let's see. I have to go with G2 only because I put them at 3. Only because I put them at 3.
There we go.
So we'll have Envy G2 in winter semifinals. NRG PK. I got it. I mean, I'm just saying NRG.
I said. Oh wait, hold on. Let me see.
You got NRG. You got NRG.
Yeah.
I got PK.
Why?
Hey.
Why? Because this is PK. Like I said, this is PK's moment. This is where PK solidifies himself as a legit top 18, and they put themselves in the conversation. It's, yo, we the Pittsburgh Knights. We can compete with anybody.
Look at Demar's face, bro.
What? Why you looking at that? Why you make that face?
Like what are you doing? Like what? I don't know.
I got NRG winning 3-2.
Man,
I think it's gonna be a close series.
NRG barely beat Alpine. Alpine should NRG got that thing that I call the NRG luck, where everything that can go wrong never goes wrong for them, but it goes wrong for other teams. This weekend it's gonna go wrong for them. When they all triple commit and then the ball's wide open and we have a wide open touch, Sosa's gonna put it home. There won't be no sky and left, sky and right, all this nonsense. When they shoot top left, Sosa's gonna save it.
I'm not gonna cap. It's kind of facts.
Oh,
like Jordan.
It's facts, huh?
It's not even Jordan though. It's just somehow, some way, NRG always manages to escape the faults that everybody else has, huh? It ain't gonna happen today.
So you're saying it's facts, right? That's what you're saying. You're saying it's facts. I'm gonna actually put some actual facts in front of both of y'all right now.
God, here.
NRG's played PK 7 times. They played PK 7 times. They have not lost a series to PK. Now, keep in mind, most of those matchups have been no. I don't care about the timeout. No. Y'all was all ZPS. No. NRG out of how many games is this?
Quick maps.
32 out of 32 games. NRG has won 24. This split, NRG's only played
Talk
PK.
about this split.
NRG's only played PK 2 times.
That's what I thought.
They've won both times, obviously.
What series time?
3-1, 4-0 in the regional.
Okay, 4-0. 4-0. Which regional?
First regional. They never played in the second one.
That's what I thought. It's been a whole how long ago was the first regional?
The first regional? I mean, that's got to be like a couple months ago.
That was in December, huh?
Oh,
Yeah,
my mic.
my
camera.
Oh, your camera, you went black on me.
Yeah, no. It's over here. I hate this thing because it overheats sometimes. But
that camera overheat. My camera trusted.
Facts.
Yeah, it's because I got the heat on, so it's hot in my room. Oh well.
Heat on. It must be that Chicago living. I ain't got the heat on down
Whatever.
here.
I'm putting the camera on y'all for a second. Yeah, but that being said, though, I think I mean those are the stats right there. There's that being said, if the games go into overtime, PK most likely is going to win the overtime. They've been in 4 overtimes, and PK has won 3 of them. When it comes down to game 5s and game 7s, NRG has won 2 of them. And that was that doesn't matter though because they had Kinsey on the roster at that time.
Exactly. Yep. So all that nonsense about the early PK 7-0. That's why I thought I need the actual numbers. They're 2-0 against them.
Yeah, but
2-0.
They played closer series with Kinsey on the roster. The times when they went game 5s and game 7s, they had Kinsey on the roster. So far, they've only won 1 game against NRG.
Good. That means that when they win 3 games, everybody gonna be surprised but me.
That's a hard take, T-Viz. I don't know.
Ain't no hard take. 3-2 PK.
Like,
I'm confident.
I'm gonna scream.
3-2 PK.
NRG. We got NRG. The majority rules, right?
Yeah.
When Sosa hits the Sosa shot, where he hits it off the back corner, and then rotates in, top rights it. I'm hitting the Jordan stroke. I don't know. It's gonna be that easy for him. Game 5.
Yeah,
Trust.
All right.
We'll talk about it on Monday. Y'all sleeping on my boys.
While I get my camera fixed, we're gonna talk about SSG Sonics. Looking at the stats though, they've actually never played with like the full roster. There's never been a head-to-head with the full roster on both teams. It's either been Rolders has been playing or Safi's been playing. So this is actually the first time both the rosters go head-to-head. So it's well, I mean, what are you thinking?
I'm saying I'm taking it. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying my team's taking that.
That's just the whole
y'all can think what you want. I think my team can take it.
I'm glad you see. You're supposed to go with the answer. Cause if you didn't go with the answer, I'd be a little disappointed. You as a coach, you got to go with the answer. So it makes sense. I'm here to tell you that you're wrong and your team's not winning.
No matter
how much you believe in them, I'm telling you right now, all 3 of the SSG boys, they've been on Rocket League for the first time in like 2 months. That means they all grind. They all playing 2s. Even if T-Shaw say, "Oh, I'm slumping," that boy ain't never really slumping. he's got to have a reason to motivate himself and really put on his show. And he about to put on a show against the Sonics. And Raul,
you better hope he put on the show.
I'm not hoping. I know he will. And Raul, see, even when you're on the show, I would say 3-1, but that would just be a lie. It's gonna be a 3-0 for SSG.
All right. We'll see.
What you got, the backer?
All right, dude.
All right, dude.
You know what? The other reason I'm going with SSG on this matchup. Definitely because after what I heard from Reynolds today, I'm going to go with them just because if Reynolds is as confident as he is going into this weekend, and if SSG is trying to talk about they're better than G2, they got to win a match against the Sonics. That's just what it is. That's the precedence level. So that being said, they shouldn't take Sonics lightly because if they lose, then I mean that's just the upset of the day. That being said, I think it'll be close because Sonics 3-1 peeps last week. So, you know, I wouldn't sleep on the Sonics at all.
I'm just saying we've been in the labs. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just saying. I'm gonna let
number 1 and 2s. I'm gonna let you.
Okay. He was number 1 and 2s this morning. Where your team at?
So
where your team at?
What's I got to do with anything?
That's doing everything. It means who's playing the game.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Playing the game.
Last time I checked, when Arsenal was 2,500 in 2s and Sypico was also 2,500, they won the major.
They won the major.
They sure did. First one.
Are two of them 2,500 right now?
No, I think two of them top 10 though. I mean, you got to give them time to get 2,500. That last season was long.
I feel like they've been top 10 for a while.
No, I don't think so. Typical wasn't playing. Remember all the hours in Counter Strike?
Okay, that doesn't mean Arsenal and Red Bulls weren't. Red Bulls always on the game. I think they've been top 10 for a while. Bro, I'm like top 40 right now. I don't touch the game. I think they've been top 10 for a while. I'm just saying.
You play for somebody that I don't touch the game. Got like 50 hours past 2.
Bro. On God.
Never mind. I'm backing off of that. He's got 20 or something.
Exactly. On God, bro. You better.
I got SSG. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. Y'all got SSG. I got Sonics.
All right.
What's next?
Do we want to drop it to the lower bracket or do we want to fill out the upper bracket first?
Fill out the upper.
Okay. So that means the next matchup would be G2 versus Envy.
I think it's gonna be a close series. I got the machine.
Yeah.
I got the machine.
You going with the machine?
I'm going with the machine.
You going with the machine tomorrow?
I'm going with the machine. Yeah, I'm going with the machine.
All right, well, I'm going against the machine. I got Grand 2 beating them 4-3. J9's top left, overtime. And
he calling the shot to beat.
And I didn't see the thing is, like I said, it's G2 regional. I'm sticking with it the whole entire way through. They need to prove that they are a legit top 3 team. No more of this nonsense crossbar, leaving that open excuse nonsense BS that people be giving me and everybody else about G2. Grand 2 gonna come out. And I mean, you can't just walk over the machine. That's not gonna happen. But you can compete with them. They can beat them. They want a few teams that actually keep up with them in terms of goal score. I think they're number 1 and number 2, right? In goals per game. Something along those lines.
That sounds right. Yeah.
And so as long as G2 can keep Envy's goals down just for 4 games, they should be able to come out with a dub because they gotta pressure them. The machine eventually has to crumble if you just get impounded by shots. Now that's what's gonna happen. G2 over Envy 4-3.
Okay, well,
I think why y'all got Envy? Y'all got Envy just because they're the machine. The machine.
Nah, it's the machine.
I don't got Envy because they're the machine. This is a regional, and that's Turbo Pulsar. That's why I got Envy. He is a mini machine in the machine.
Ow.
That man don't lose when it comes to something important.
You got lose this weekend.
4-2. 4-2 Envy.
Okay, we go see.
I'm trying to see. Man, I actually think it'll go 7. The only reason I think it's going 7 is because G2 are coming off a series versus Rogue, and Envy are coming off a series versus V1. So I think G2 is going to be a little bit speedy going into the first few games. This is going to be a little back and forth. But I think my win conditions, because I feel like this matchup has to have win conditions. I think actually if G2 do end up going 2-0 in the series, I think they win the series. But if they don't and it's back and forth, or if Envy comes out and takes, honestly, yeah, I feel like if Envy also take 2, then I think Envy take the whole thing. To be honest, I think G2 has to get like an early start to the series because I think
they have to go up in the series.
Yeah, they have to go up in the series. I don't see G2 getting reverse swept or anything like that from Envy, but I do see Envy. I mean, I see Envy kind of doing the same thing too, but like I think Envy is like more like, okay, we got the lead, we beat these guys, we finna just keep beating these guys. You know what I mean?
I feel like if G2 loses this series, then they go lose again in the loser semifinals, and I can't let that happen. So G2 has to.
I don't know. I don't think all that, but regardless of that, we got the machine. We got the machine in the winners finals. NRG SSG winners semifinals 2. Well, NRG SSG winners semifinals 2.
I say SSG. Does SSG got the win over these dudes most games, or is it even? I think SSG got.
I think
the win over them.
I think it's like 2.
No, I got the stats.
It's 2-0 in regional for SSG.
Still in regionals.
2-0. Is it? Let me see. And we're talking about all the regionals.
No, this split.
This split, they've only played together. They've only played versus them in one regional, and that was SSG won 4-1. The other one, yeah, they've played in the grid a bunch, and then they okay. So the grid wins are this split are 2-1 NRG. They took Winter Grid 1 and 2, and then SSG just won this last grid against them 4-2. Overall, NRG versus SSG, the matchup this season is 3-8. NRG 3, SSG 8. Let me see.
Sheesh.
NRG has won in any type of game 5 or game 7. There's been 15 overtimes. They've played. I can actually do the math here. They played 59 series. Or not 59 series, 59 games. 59 games against each other. And been 15 overtimes. NRG's won 5. SSG's won 10. They played a total of 35 minutes of overtime. Oh my God. Let's see. One team has scored. NRG scored 97 goals against SSG. SSG has scored 113 goals against NRG. So yeah, I mean the stats kind of lean here on SSG actually for this matchup.
As they should.
I think SSG got their number.
Sypico lives in NRG's head. They fear him.
That's kind of facts, bro. I think all 3 of them players got his camera settings on right now.
They respect him and fear him. They have a total deference for him, and they do not like seeing him on the field.
Facts.
Wow.
Sid could probably have 15 hours per 2 weeks. Them boys still.
And when Sip jumps, they quake. Man, they don't want no parts of him. You already know Reynolds gonna take advantage of that fear, and he gonna slide a couple shots on him. Demo. Same thing with Arsenals. I got it going about 4-1. When it's regional time, SSG always beats NRG. NRG can never beat him. Never beat him.
That's true. I think I got SSG for. I'm gonna go 4-2.
All right. I mean, at that point, yeah. Especially looking at the stats too. A lot of I think that's just like the grid bias in me. I always feel like it. I'm like, oh, NRG could probably take it, but nah. Every time we have played against them in the grid, even if NRG has won, which out of the 3 wins, 2 of them have been game 7s in grid. I mean, besides that, it's always been sweaty. So I think, yeah, SSG has NRG's number. So that puts SSG versus the Machine in the finals, the winners finals. Let me see.
How is that matchup? I actually want to know that match. I think Envy still has the number of it. I think it's a little bit more even than NRG.
This regional Envy's 2-1 versus SSG, including grids. I think. Yeah. Unless I did the math wrong.
I think you're right. I don't have my sheet filled out that far actually.
SSG SSG beat Envy in grid week 4, 3-2. Yeah, that was a beautiful series. I watched it on Johnny Boy stream. And then Envy, and then oh no, it's 2-1 SSG, because then SSG beat Envy in the grand finals, regional 2, 4-3. And then they had the bracket reset, and then Envy beat SSG 4-0. So it's 2-1 so far this split. That's tough.
Yeah, that one's tough. That's like the grand finals that it's like almost always like you see that so much. I feel like we see MV and SSG like clash at the end like so much. It's either MV SSG or it's like G2 makes an appearance. But more often than not, I feel like I just see MV and SSG a lot.
Yeah, yeah. That and NV NRG. NV's usually consistent with SSG and NRG kind of flip-flopping.
Yeah.
Ooh, if I had to pick one though.
Yeah, that's tough.
I think it just comes down to players. I think it just comes down to players and who won it. Who won it that day? Ooh.
We gotta see how SSG rocking.
You hyped up your Turbo poster. You hype up Turbo so much, bro. You gotta go with him, right?
I am going with the Machine.
Okay, that's what I thought. I know you gotta go. You hype up Turbo, boy. He don't lose. When you see the regional, he ain't gonna lose.
He doesn't lose.
Yeah, so you have to stay on that, and you can never get off it. I'm gonna keep you on Turbo.
Man, I hope Turbo ain't listening, bro. He gonna be like, bro. He gonna be. I got something to prove.
To prove to who? Me? Oh, he can prove. I mean, he can try to prove to me.
Somebody.
He ain't gotta prove to you. I got Turbo.
No, I think Turbo proving himself, bro. He proving it to himself, bro. He's like, there's so much backlash on that man. I remember like when he first moved to NA, he was like, or people were just speculating. Is like, is he done? Is he gonna wash up? He's washed up. He's not as fast. He's not mechanical. Blah 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 blah. He won't fit in NA. We got all mechanics here. No rotation, things like that. He's too slow. Everything. All blah 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 blah. Everything. And this man is not losing, bro. He just doesn't lose. And now he's just solidified. You know what I'm saying? Everybody thinks of Turbo. He's like, he went to 2 regions and won it. Like, you can't beat that.
Man,
It's
I ain't
crazy.
never heard of a player gas somebody as much as this dude gas a turbo poster. I understand he a grandpa like you. You must be a grandpa sympathizer. Cause my
Bro,
God, man.
you like 2 years younger than me. You about to be right here with me, bro.
Nah,
Like,
nah,
I
nah,
don't know
nah,
what
nah,
you
nah.
do. You better defend us. You about to be in the retirement home as well, teammate. You
Bro, in retirement home, that would be implying that I tried to make it anywhere. I didn't though. I was in retirement home before I even started playing.
Yeah, you've been walking by the retirement home and you're like, I'm gonna be here one day.
So you got envy. Woo. Mm. See, 'cause I had envy losing to G2, so envy not here in my mind. But since they all here in this hypothetical world, Demar, you gotta go first.
What?
I don't know where I'm going with this one. I gotta think about it. This one's tough. I gotta decide.
All right. Looking at, I'm gonna bring up the stats. That's just what I'm gonna do.
You an analytics type of dude?
No, I'm not. But I've been trying to look at more at stats anyways. So that's just what I want to do.
A well-rounded, balanced breakfast young man.
Yeah. I'm more of a. I'm definitely a on the field type of deal. I would know who's winning the matchup just from watching the series in the day. That's just me. Like if I'm seeing like, there was one regional I knew NRG was gonna win. They played Xset, and then Justin got a triple fake on Xset when they were down like 2 or 3-1 in the series or whatever. And then as soon as he did that, I'm like, okay, they won it now. They woke up, they're gonna win, and then they won a series, and they actually won the whole regional, I think, after that. So I think. Oh wait, hold on. Are we? Is this thing down? No, my computer is saying that it's really hot because what you call it? Hold on, let me make sure. Okay. Everybody went to check the internet speed. Looking, yeah, guys, it is definitely like lagging here a little bit, but it'll definitely, hopefully, it'll figure itself out. If we do end up going down, I'll just bring it back up real quick, and I might have to mess with my settings. So it's just my encoding right now. I'm streaming it and recording it, so yeah. But looking at the matchup, I want to say that. Envy's first in score, goals, and assists, and then second in shots.
It's big brain time.
Also, thanks, Speed, for the 140 viewer host. I think that looking at the stats, sure, you could definitely give it. You could definitely see. I can see Envy winning based on stat wise, but it just kind of comes down to play on the day. It does. I think that's really all that I can really think about.
So,
Demar?
What?
you gonna pick your team?
Oh,
Yeah, the
sorry.
prediction,
Sorry,
bro.
I started going through and looking at I was like troubleshooting while I was figuring stuff out. I was doing two things at once because everyone was talking about the stream. I'm going with Envy.
See, that's I was thinking about it this whole time. I thought you were setting it up to go SSG. That's where I'm going. You actually think, and like this like thought popped into my mind just as everybody's talking. You think if SSG beats NRG, they gonna lose the next series? No chance. Like Arsenal gonna be talking faster than I talk. But and then
But they always win
there's
that.
so much momentum.
They
What?
always win that. SSG always win against NRG.
NRG?
Yeah.
But it's just knowing that you could beat them again and just beating them again. That's just too much momentum. Especially when you got people like who got NRG better than SSG in here? Oh wait, I did. I had them at 2. You have NRG above SSG?
I think
You
we
had
all
SSG at
did.
4.
I don't,
Yeah, exactly.
wait,
Exactly.
no,
So a lot of
I
people.
don't think I did.
Did you?
No,
You had G2.
I had Envy at 1, Space Station at 2,
Oh.
NRG at 3, Rogue at 4, and G2
Hey,
at
you
5.
got them losing.
Wait, what?
You got
Who do I
SSG
got?
losing. You picked Envy.
Yeah, because Envy number 1.
And we number 1 for him.
Right.
Yeah,
Envy
of
number 1 for everybody.
No, but he's saying against NRG. you guys have Space Station or NRG over Space Station on your list, on your top 5 list.
Oh,
That's what he said.
yeah. Oh, we're talking about
Yeah.
NRG, SSG in the matchup. No, SSG is gonna win that. And
Yeah,
then,
I know,
and then
that's
they
what I'm
play
saying.
against Envy, and then they're gonna lose.
Right. No.
Yeah.
They're gonna use that momentum. T-Shot gonna hit a musty fake on them, and then this all the momentum gonna be going. Then if you ever hit that on Envy, the machine starts
Envy's
crumbling.
coming off a G2 win. They're not what?
I feel like Envy expects to be G2 though.
I don't
Okay,
know.
so
I think they
And you
expect
say-
everyone.
Now I know exactly. They kind of smug. You know what I'm saying?
but
Like-
shouldn't SSG expect to beat SSG
NRG?
expect to beat NRG? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
mean,
like the same difference.
I feel like SSG won it. But a lot of people.
Bruh.
So I'm gonna go SSG over Envy. Y'all can have Envy.
Envy wants it more.
Okay,
I
we gonna
think-
see. We
I
gonna
think
see.
Atomic wants to beat Reynolds more. Like,
No chance. What?
if not Atomic, Miss does.
Be Ruddles? Sure. There you go. That's somebody. That's somebody that probably wants it as
You know,
much. But there's no way Arsenal don't want to beat all them more, and Ruddles don't want to beat them more than they want to beat them because they've been losing to them. Everybody got this gas saying they be the best team, and then SSG want to prove them wrong right here.
You know what I think?
Okay, you have to get close.
Yeah. You know what I think? I think that man Turbo don't want to lose.
Man, let's go on to the next team, man. I'm about tired of listening to this dude talk about Thermo.
Okay. So we put Envy in the grand finals.
Like Stephen A. and Aaron Rodgers. You got like some obsession with them. I don't understand.
Going down into the lower bracket, we'll start with quarterfinal. We'll start with the XSET match. XSET play Rogue.
Rogue.
I'm Rogue.
Rogue.
Sorry, Kept Crew.
Rogue.
It's Rogue.
Sorry, Kept Crew.
Captain, you had a good run, baby. Make a YouTube video out of it. But you ain't gonna be making no further than that.
But maybe he gets a good shot posted.
Make it competitive. Make it competitive, so then you can clickbait them and say, "Wait, 2-2 series going to game 5. Who wins?" If they just in case they didn't see it live. Views. I'm helping you out, Cap Crew.
Maybe. Okay. Peeps versus version 1.
That's a toss up. I think that's tough.
That's the hardest matchup right here. Oh yeah, that is the hardest matchup right
Here, hold
That's
on.
tough.
I'll pull up. I think I have. Yeah, I have head to heads here. So
the way you want.
the way this looks between Peeps and V1. Peeps have won every series versus V1. It's been 3-2, 4-3, 4-2. That was with AXB. Then in winter, they've only played in the grid. All the matches have been played in the grid. Peeps won in the first grid 3-1, and then in the last grid they won 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Peeps have won 4 overtimes. Anytime it's a game 5 or 7, they've won. They play a total of 29 minutes of OT. The goals for version 1 have been 48. The goals for Peeps have been 67.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Talk about a difference.
Facts.
So who do you go with?
I was going with Peeps.
Yeah, you base it off statistics. You gotta go with Peeps, but I feel like it depends on how V1 comes off that loss. I think that loss might affect them a little too much. Initially, like if there was no loss involved, I think V1 could take it just by the way they play versus Peeps. But I think Peeps are confident against them now, so you just gotta go with Peeps.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident in Peeps there in that matchup. That being said, they've been pretty shaky, so it'll be one to keep an eye on. As we said, it looks like it's gonna be close. It looks like it does. Yeah, it just looks close. Jamal Jabari Sonics.
Gotta go with my boys. Y'all put them in the losers. I don't think we'll be in the losers that early, but I'm going with my boys.
Since we're all gassing his team so much, I'll go to Sonic. So he must know something I don't, that they must be able to do that nobody else in the world knows. So I'm gonna go with Sonic for now.
Okay. So far,
Get down quick.
only 2 series played between Sonics and Jamal. Sonics have won every series. 3-1 in fall regional and 3-0 in winter grid. So
Yes, sir.
one was with Safi, one was without. So they've actually only dropped, as I said, they've only dropped 1 game. Goal differential is 11 with 18 for Sonics and 7 for Jamal. So yeah, I think we're all in agreement there. Sonic's taking that matchup. Looking at the last one in losers round 3, it would be Loco versus Pittsburgh Knights.
Ooh, PK 3-0.
I think I got PK on that. Yeah, PK. I'm gonna go 3-1. I'm gonna go 3-1.
E United tossing his Loco, and then Loco barely beat Deep Space.
But it's a different day. You got to remember that it's a different day.
It is a
They
different
could
day.
recoup.
Loco played against PK one time and won that series. It was in Fall Regional 1 with Kinsei on the roster. So that's the only difference. That series won 5 games, no overtimes, and only a 3-goal differential. So yeah, that matchup's close. I think they're a lot better right now with their current roster, and I see PK taking that one too. So
I agree.
Moving on to lower round 4, it is Rogue versus Peeps.
Peeps.
I got Rogue. I got Rogue. Rogue. Their play style, the way they play, they always on your side, taking your boost. And when we played the Peeps, we were doing the same thing. They didn't leave their side and they crumbled. So I got Rogue taking that 3-1.
You got the historical numbers on that, DeMar?
No, I don't think I do.
Actually, I want to change mine to Rogue. I'm changing.
Some of my
back.
stuff.
What? You get scared, TV?
No, I ain't getting scared. That was my only pick this whole entire time that I wasn't confident on.
Yeah, I got Rogue too, to be honest. I just think Rogue are playing much better. Like, yeah, I really just do. Again, Rogue is a team that I want to prove themselves as being, just more like super active, or in terms of like pushing themselves into like the top 5, top 4, you know what I mean? So I think for me and for how I rate Rogue have to win that matchup there. So that puts
Same.
What's this next matchup? Sonics versus PK.
Again, I got my boys.
I'm going Sosa and the boys from PK. This really gonna be Sonics versus NRG because PK is gonna beat NRG in the upper bracket, but y'all picked NRG.
Sheesh.
Wow,
Tough. Hey, we play NRG. You know how that went last time. Saying.
Hey, see, maybe you have a better chance to get NRG. You ain't gonna beat PK though.
Only time PK have played against NRG was in Fall Grid 3, and that was when they both had different rosters. Safu and Kinsei were playing at the time. And Sonics won.
You talking about Sonics?
No, I mean, yeah. Safu was on Sonics and Kinsei was on PK. So, I mean, yeah.
How'd that turn out?
I
don't even remember.
Sonics won. It was a game 5 set with a 2-minute OT somewhere in there, and there's only a 1-goal differential. PK scored 10, Sonics scored 11.
Yeah, I'm taking my boys. We got
I got a Pittsburgh Knights. That's light for me. That's a quick pick 'em. That's a quick hitter.
All right.
That's close. That's close. That's close. I'm gonna go. And like this is how I feel because I'm like I'm trying to figure out which one to go for. I'm like this is throwing me off. So
listen, don't get swayed by Raul's very biased coaching opinion. He's so into his boys and like he's just making them sound so good. Like I'm pretty sure if you let Raul go, he would make it to where they win the whole entire region. And that'd be way too much bias.
Right, that's cap.
So don't get swayed by that. See, use the logic with me.
That's cap.
You just know that PK is the better team, and that's all you gotta do.
It's
cap.
That's not bias.
No, but
I'm confident against
and my boys.
Yeah, I'm confident. I'm confident in who I believe they can play well against. All right. Now, if we were to go up against the machine, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, you said keywords play well. You didn't say win. You said play well.
Okay, but playing well, often,
What happens if the other team plays well?
Well, then it's gonna be close matchup. But I still take my boys in that close matchup.
Okay. So you like your teams in close matchup. All right, good. DeMar, man, make a pick, man.
I'm picking PK.
There it is. See, I knew you were coming down. It's like you little boy. Had to reel you in. Now,
To be honest, this matchup happens. I could be 100% wrong. I would, I'm not confident. That's what I'm saying. I'm not confident in the pick. I think I'm more confident in PK's ability to show off upsets than I am Sonic's. But Sonic's just recently did one, so there is that. It's a lot of different factors going into it. I just need to see the head-to-head, to be honest, to get there. Who knows? There's a slim chance that matchup may even happen. We may even see upsets in the first round today, or in the quarterfinals. I'm sorry, first matchups of the day. So, I actually need to see if I have any of those matchups. But yeah, we'll just. Man, yeah, I feel like I could be wrong there. Ugh,
Let's go, Shosa. Let's go.
You are.
Okay, we'll move on.
You are right.
We'll move on. We'll move on. Okay, who do we have? Rogue versus SSG.
No, NRG.
Oh yeah. Rogue versus NRG.
And
And
Rose coming off a dub.
Against the Peeps and NRG coming off another L against SSG, that only means that First Killer will take advantage of that demoralization and he would just run all around them and hold out his boost and come off the ceiling and beat him. So Rogue. Over.
What's the numbers?
NRG.
I
Is this a best of 5 here or is it a best of 7 in losers quarters? It's best of 5.
I think it's 5, right?
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's 5.
Let me scroll on down to the one. No, they're best of 7s. They're best of 7.
Yeah.
Best of 7.
Winners.
I got Rogue 4-2.
Wait, no. Oh yeah, you're right.
Losers quarters.
Yeah, losers quarters is 7. Yeah, after losers round 4 is 7.
Rogue 4.
So you think with some like the veterans on NRG, you would think, they could recoup and get back into it in the best of 7. I'm gonna go NRG. I'm gonna go NRG 4-3. I'm gonna go NRG 4-3. I think they'll recoup. They'll bounce back. If they take an L, they'll bounce back.
They need bringing up veterans. He just like people that are older.
Hey,
veterans.
bro, what's wrong with that? I don't like children. I don't like children like that, bro. Like, what's up with it?
That sounds like a young man.
I'm matured.
Like
I'm matured.
Man, this is tough. Cause
Labyrinth, it falls on you again.
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know why y'all do this to me. Because for me, I see T-Base's perspective. I see both of your perspectives. I see T-Base's perspective with Rogue. Like, if Rogue get going, if Rocky starts hitting the shots late, and if First Killer starts popping off with the individual, like that's
with Tino.
With Tino, like that's a crazy match right there.
It is.
That is a really crazy match. I do wish I had like the head-to-head numbers. Man, it comes down to NRG's ability to recoup after a loss. Like
NRG beat Rogue in losers finals of regional 1. If you want that number.
Was that winner regional?
4. Yeah, regional 1 split 2, regional 1.
I feel like Rogue have gotten much better since then though.
It was a 4-2.
Yeah. And then like wait a second. No, because NRG lost to Rogue in Grid recently, I think. Yeah.
Maybe so.
I think it was like last Grid actually.
No.
Yeah. It was in groups.
I thought NRG was in the finals of last Grid.
Yeah, but
NRG lost to SSG in last Grid. Because then G2 beat SSG 4-1.
In groups. We shared a group with Rogue. And Rogue swept NRG. It was
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I
Yeah,
gotta go with Rogue.
3-0 over NRG.
I was on the fence. I really was on the fence, but like now, like, yeah, I gotta go with Rogue on that one. That's crazy. Because like, that's crazy. That's one of those matchups where it goes on who's doing well on the day. Because like, if Garrett starts, I'm telling you, Garrett G has been priming recently. Like he's been. I mean, the man's flip resetting everywhere. He's even posting the clips on the Twitter. He's feeling confident. Even though I think Rogue like have like the number stats wise, I'll still give it to
here we-
NRG. I'm gonna put it on.
How
NRG.
you switching, bro? You
I'm switching back, man. Like I just don't. I don't see Garrett losing that. I don't think he'll get knocked to a lower bracket. He'll get mad. He'll be looking at the team. Mariano, I need you to do more. Justin, put on Chelsea Cutler. We're going to the loser semis. Like that. I see it happening. I see it happening. I'll put I'll go with the NRG on that one. That leads us to our
Nasty breath.
big man.
You see these teeth? Ain't nothing nasty about this breath.
Okay.
Hey man.
All right. We're gonna go to
Why you falling over?
we're gonna go to
Let's say okay.
losers quarterfinals, which is going to be. Hold on, the hypothetical bracket is lost on me right now.
I got
G2 versus PK.
G2. Yeah,
G2 versus
Grand 2. This is where Sosa's run ends if he ends up down here.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So you know that last time they met, they did beat them in that last grid. This is like a same
Yeah,
thing as
4-3.
like.
Oh,
Now this was PK won 3-1.
PK played G2 last grid.
Yeah, groups. They
And
3-1.
group,
them.
but who won that group?
PK did.
Who won the grid? Not the group.
Oh, the grid. Yeah, but yeah, I mean PK lost to V1.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, and what is that? Best of 5? They lost to 5. And then V1 lost to G2.
Yeah.
I think if PK make it this far through losers, they got that momentum. And they already got that win before on G2. I think they take it. With the momentum and that win prior, they're gonna be confident. They're gonna be confident going into G2.
Wow.
They're gonna take it.
See, this is why I opened up the show saying G2 needs to win. Because the amount of disrespect you're putting on G2 right now is unbelievable. I love PK. Like, I love Sosa. He's one of the young homies. But the amount, don't say that G2 was going to lose this when you have been so confident and adamant that Sonics are this good and they go win this because I believe in my boys. But when you got a better team out there and you go pick them to lose to the same team that your boys could beat. The Maverick, you got to go G2 right here, surely, right?
We gonna see.
Surely.
Wow.
I got a Max Kellerman on the show, man. My boy.
Max Kellerman.
Man, let's see. So we're talking about G2 losing to the machine. They beat Rogue. They dropped down to the because the machine's machine. I think G2 win. I'll go with G2 for you.
There we go.
I'll go G2 with you.
There we go.
I think they'll still be, if they could beat Rogue, I think they beat PK there. I think they put PK there. But
Good.
I mean, you know.
They lost to PK the last time they played in this spot, but they're gonna flip the switch this time. And now history goes.
What makes you think that?
What makes me think that?
Yeah, why are they gonna flip the switch randomly?
It's not randomly. The last series was like 4-3, something like that. In regional 1. Where is it? Let me find it.
Why you look like that?
He focused. he focused. He's like, I gotta prove my point.
Focus, bro. You gotta
Hold on. Hold on.
Hold on. I lost it. I thought it was regional 1 they played each other, but maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, see, they beat him 4-3. That was a close series. PK beat him. Ain't gonna
PK
happen this
beat him?
time, though. Yeah, 4-3. I said that. I said that G2 gonna flip the switch. Ain't gonna beat them.
Wait. In regional 1, PK beat them.
Yeah, 4-3. About a month and a half ago.
All right, what's the stats on the grid? Just that happened? PK beat him again?
Yeah.
PK beat him again?
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, sure.
You needed that 2-month break, and they still beat him again.
Yeah, but then PK lost to V1, and then G2 beat V1, and then G2 went on to beat SSG and win the whole entire grid. But PK was lost in the first round. So PK might have just had that good little run in the groups. But I mean, it's all about tourney, baby. It's all about bracket. You have it in the group.
We'll see.
You go ahead and sip that water. Sip that water.
We'll see.
Smirk the whole entire time you sipping it too.
Hey, you gotta stay hydrated, boy. I don't know what you judging me on sipping water.
All right.
Grab your water cup.
So,
That's what it said.
you got no water in there. What you sipping on?
Don't worry about what I'm doing. Move on to the bracket.
Oh man. Okay. So that puts us at G2 NRG loser semifinals.
G2 and
Ooh, I'm picking Grand 2 again.
yeah, if G2 make it here to this game, I'm taking G2 as well.
Do we have like historical matchup on that?
Nah, I don't.
NRG's
I
2-0
wish-
2-0 in the split.
I wish my
2-0 against NRG.
the sheet would have been working. I'm kind of
You said NRG's 2-0?
Yeah, it was 4-3 both times. 4-3 in grid week 1 and then 4-3 in regional week 2. I meant regional 2.
I'm about to hit up Jasher.
Why do you think that is? Why does NRG hold or NRG hold better standings against G2?
That they're like philosophically different teams. I think we can all agree G2 more than likely holds the pressure against NRG whenever they play. It's just where not G2 sinking them, or if they make silly mistakes where they try to force a shot or force a pass that they don't need, because that's how that NRG thrives on that. They're like little hawks in the midfield. And then eventually give them goals throughout the series. 1 game, 2 game, 3 game. You get to game 7. Game 7. Game 7s and game 5s, in my opinion, favor the team that's not necessarily as offensive.
I kind of agree.
Cause like G2 won't like try to like push it down them like they usually do the first 6 games or so, or until their backs on the wall. So they're gonna play slower, and then now you're playing NRG's game. And NRG naturally plays slower than you from the get go.
Yeah, I think teams that like play super defensive and are good at defense, like they rarely get scored on. So teams like SSG, for example, and I mean even Envy at times, but even Envy is getting a little bit more aggressive now. But they play well against G2. G2 has this like heavy pressure, and if you don't get scored on, if you can't get that goal, then it's like you said before, T-Base, where it leaves them open to counterattacks super easy. So I agree.
But I got Grand 2 this time. They'll flip the switch again. Another 4-3 that's gonna flip the other way and go 4-3 G2.
So everyone's going with G2 then?
You're going with G2? Oh, never mind. You meant out of us two.
Yeah, because at that point, it kind of wouldn't matter. But let's see.
Your opinion matters, Damar.
Thanks,
Let the world know how you think.
Wow, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, dude. Looking at the series. Who do we just have? I feel like
you and this dang. Like the weight of the world is on your shoulders for this pick.
It might be taking forever. Yeah, facts.
Yo, let me figure it out. Like, hold on. I think NRG's coming off a win against Rogue.
Yeah, for some reason y'all got beating Rogue.
Hey, G2 are coming off a win against PK.
Well, 2 solid teams.
Let's see. You know what? Oh, okay. The thing is working now.
Well, if NRG beats Rogue, right? If we have NRG beating Rogue, I feel like G2 and Rogue play pretty similar. Like how they want to play is like pretty similar. But they're like always on your side.
But it's different types of pressure similar.
Yeah, it is different types of pressure.
Rogue's more of a solo play demo.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Passing around the field.
The heads-to-heads between these two have actually been pretty easy to figure this one out. So the first 6 series, it was all G2. We're talking spring series through grid 7 playoffs in the fall split. Afterwards, the NRG's taken the last 4 series against G2, but it's been a lot closer as time's gone on. Went from a 3-0 in fall round 2, stage 2 of a fall regional, to now where in winter regional 2 they won in 7. So it's a toss up. Like that one, and then also winter grid 1 was also it finished in 7. So I think that it's a close one. But if G2 can beat PK, I think they beat NRG. So I'll go with that matchup. And then that leaves G2 versus Envy for the grand finals. I'm pretty sure.
And we all know.
Oh, we got G2 versus Envy?
No. G2 versus SSG. G2 versus SSG.
Oh, okay.
For
I
losers final.
Grand 2 again.
Come on, bro. You can't do this, man.
G2 again. This is G2's regional.
Oh no. You got them taking the machine down too?
Yeah, after they
everyone down?
Yeah, this is G2's regional to win. This is G2's moment.
They had their moment.
When?
There was just no worlds. They had it, bro.
Oh,
There was just no worlds, bro.
that was a long time ago. I'm talking about this season. Everybody else had their moment. NRG had theirs. SSG had theirs. Envy currently in theirs. Now it's G2's turn. Like I said, by the time Worlds come around, this could be a solid 4 teams from NA that you know can take it. And G2 needs to put themselves in there. You got to show that you one of them teams. This is their regional. I got G2 or SSG.
I feel like even if they don't win, they're still one of them teams. Like they don't need the win to kind of still be solidified.
I feel like they need this. I feel like they need to win. They need it. Because as long as them teams know that when the going gets tough, you ain't gonna beat me. That's that psychological advantage. You gotta at least put it in the back of their minds that we lost to them when it mattered.
Matchups. I'll do the last 3. So we'll start at the fall major. SSG 1 is 7. Winter regional 2, SSG 1 is 6. And then winter grid 4, the last grid that we saw in the playoffs, G2 1 4-1.
Sheesh.
Sheesh. Look like that ship's a little turning.
But you said the boys are grinding. Redo's grinding. Arsenal grinding.
Don't use my words against me.
I made the counter. Hey, I'm using them. You spoke them. I'm using them. But I did say that they could be on 10 hours past 2 weeks and still be top 10. All right.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go with SSG. I think the way SSG plays, that counterattack, that slow play, it's gonna get G2. They're gonna slip up offensively, mess up. The counterattack's gonna be a little too easy for SSG. I think they'll take it.
The bad burn falls on you again.
Between SSG and G2?
Yes.
I got SSG. I got SSG.
Slump down in his chair, bro.
Because you know why? Because I just remember what I said early conversation. I just talked to Reynolds today. I just told him Chicago is better than him. That is motivation. He's gonna go to the match. He's gonna go to the series, and they're gonna want
Slater, stand up.
They're gonna want it more. Slater beat G2 in DreamHack, and he stood on that table. He's gonna do it again.
Definitely stood up.
He's gonna do it again. So then that brings us to SSG Envy Grand Finals. SSG coming in from a lower bracket, take down G2, play against Team Envy again. Are we getting a bracket reset? Is it one series?
No, one series. Indy 4-3.
Never happens. 4-3. Never happens. We get a bracket reset always. We always do. I'm saying bracket reset, but I'm saying Envy still takes the series.
You take the grand finals?
Yep, they take the grand finals. You get the bracket reset, Envy takes it. 4-2, the second series. Tomorrow?
I got Envy winning it. If that comes down to them two.
Let's see. SSG beat G2. They'll be feeling a little bit better. I say bracket reset, but also Envy winning. I think SSG do bracket reset, but I don't know if they got that much more in the tank to take down Envy. I think Envy will end up playing around them. But that'd be a big win though if SSG could win that. That'd be huge. I'd be really surprised. That'd be I mean, we have seen like those types of runs where teams like go all the way through and stuff like that. But yeah, I guess that's our bracket. The machine keeps going.
The machine isn't dead yet.
Machine keeps going at the end of the day. And then at that point, I would have had to put SSG over G2 in my top 5 for next week. So I'd be proven wrong. But as long as the machine wins, I'll be okay. I'll be all right. Okay.
Thanks, bro. Wait, we made them top 5s, and the regional ain't even over, and y'all got the teams that are better or worse in your top 5s beating teams that are better in your top 5s.
Because it's about situations. It's about situations.
It's fluid. My list is fluid and it's comprehensive and it's complete. What?
What?
Wait, what?
What is he talking about? Fluid and comprehensive.
Yeah. Go put on your dictionary if you don't understand the words that come out of my mouth. Fluid, comprehensive, and complete. It makes total sense.
But your teams are losing. You predict your
Sometimes
teams to lose.
they're all very close in skill.
Okay.
All right.
And like I said, it's G2's moment. That's why G2's going to win, regardless of what this prediction bracket said.
Okay, well, we talked about top 5 players. We talked about top 5 teams in A. Actually, we haven't talked about top 5 players. We've talked about top teams in NA. We talked about who's going to win the regional and get the medals. We're expecting, SSG and Envy to get some medals. But let's talk about who you guys have as your top 5 players of North America.
That one's interesting.
I don't even.
You don't want to come on that?
Go ahead, T-Base. Go ahead, T-Base.
I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Wow. Let's do all of our 5s in one. If you're going to go 5 around the room, then 4 around the room, and so on. That makes sense. Or do you want to start at 1 first?
We'll start. We can start at 5. We'll start 5. We should start 5.
All right. Well, my 5th place player. Hold on, I got count real fast.
I guess he's
What?
counting.
I'm gonna go with Garrett Gordon at 5.
Garrett Gordon.
I like Garrett G at 5. He's very consistent, one of the all-time greats, and currently I don't think he's naturally the most talented on the NRG, but he puts in the work, and I feel like the one that is the most talented plays drop shot more than he plays actual Rocket League. So I'm gonna put Garrett G at 5.
All right, Damar, you could go next.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm going next.
Yeah.
Let's see.
He's indecisive.
I am indecisive because Lord knows I get mine wrong.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put Chicago at 5. I put Chicago at 5. I think Chicago's really solid. I had G2 at my 4th team overall, so this kind of makes sense. I think that Chicago, I think he's the best player on G2 right now. I do. I think JNaps is good. I think JNaps is a solid striker. I think Rizzo's good at facilitating. But if you need someone who does everything on the field, I think that's Chicago. So I put Chicago at 5.
I agree. He does everything on the field.
Does.
Everything.
Yeah.
Now, who are you going with? Since you want to put on everybody else.
My number 5 is a young gun that we expected to take over the scene. I got First Killer.
First Killer?
I got First Killer at number 5. First Killer is that it is what made the difference in Rogue. First Killer is that difference maker in Rogue. He was when he got picked up. He still is to this day. He's getting more pieces around him. That team's only going to get better as they grow. First Killer, number 5.
You say all that, but didn't you have them? Oh, no, you had them beating G2. Okay, makes sense. 5. All right, respectable. Is it my turn again?
It's your turn.
yeah,
All right, go ahead,
Wherever
Damar.
you want to go? I mean, it don't matter who hit 4 first.
Yeah, you can go because I put first at 4 here. I first at 4.
You
I
did?
thought that was pretty because although Chicago does something, you got to talk about the team on the rise. I think Rogue's the team on the rise. And I think First Killer is the reason why that team is on the rise with the level of mechanics that he's able to put in. So I think putting first at 4 compared to what we've seen from everyone else around the league, I think that spot kind of makes sense for me. So that's my 4.
First F. Alrighty. Well, now for my 4th place player, now I'm gonna pick the kid who's the most talented on NRG, but just doesn't play the game as much as everybody else does, in my opinion. I just don't rank or anything. We're gonna go with Justin as 4th best player in NA. Pure skills. He has every single tool in the bag. It's been the best arguably still is the best, but I respect people who are putting in the time. You see him in ranked, you see him top of leaderboards in a couple game modes, and they're really on that grind. And when I hop into these streams, they're not playing whatever that ice game mode in Rocket League is called, hockey or whatever the heck it's called. They're actually playing with the soccer.
Snow Day. That's
Snow
Snow
Day.
Day.
Yeah, they're not playing Snow Day. So yeah, I put Justin at 4 though, just because he's just naturally that talented, and everybody in the world knows it, and especially in NA they know it. Put Justin at 4.
All right, I got Chicago at 4. I think he is that difference maker on G2. He is the best midfield player probably in the game right now in NA. Best midfield player. Yeah, Chicago, number 4.
Oh, you can go with your number 3.
Me?
Yeah, you. Coming right back to you. Snake draft time.
Number 3, that boy you were talking about that was playing drop shot.
Justin?
That was what I was saying. This kid cannot play the game and still be one of the best players in the game for some reason. I don't know how long of a break he needs to take to actually fall off, but like he just doesn't fall off. He's always consistent. He's always up there. He's always mechanically good when it comes down to game day. So I got Justin at 3.
Okay. The Barber, you or me?
I'll go. Okay, yeah, no, this makes sense. I have Sip at 3. Sipicle's at 3 for me.
Sipicle?
Yeah, I think Sip is a phenomenal player. I think he does really solid in terms of just like being able to just he can let Arsenal and Red Bulls do whatever they want up front, but then when he's last back and all he has to do is carry the ball, like the solo plays, his ability to like read the game. I've seen it happen so many times over the course of this past year. I think it's just I had to put Sip at 3 on that one.
Yeah, I see. Well, I'm gonna be the first person to put a young Savage on the list. Coming in at my number 3. He has the same skin color as me and you too. His name's T'Chaka, aka Arsenal. He's got every single tool in the bag. He got the confidence. He got the swag. He can run his mouth with it too, or he can just show you on the field. He just needs that zen mode, that ability to focus on what he's going to do, what he needs to do, and then he performs on the field every single time. Whether he's hitting negative angle double touches, coming off the ceiling, hitting musties, hitting crossover left, right, passing. He's the best player in SSG in my opinion. He sets a tone up front and he finishes demos. He's the enforcer. SSG, I believe, benefits the most from him.
What are we on, number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
Who want to go?
I can tell you.
I'll go. I had Justin at 2. Justin was my number 2. I think that his ability and how his career has been over the course of things, I got to put him up a little bit higher. And then also just like based on like how NRG has been ever since he's been on the team, they've always been in that conversation for like best team of the world since then. And I think that'll only, I think if there's anyone that can jump on a team and make an impact, it's Justin. And I think that's a very valuable ability to have. So I got to put him at 2 just because of that.
All right. T-Base?
Oh, I got Chicago now. Chicago at 2 for me. Yeah, because I personally, I believe he's one of the best midfielders, if not the best midfielder. No, he's definitely the best midfielder in the NA. And then in the world, he's arguably the best midfielder. He sets G2 doesn't run without Chicago. His passing's A1. Sometimes his shooting can be a little bit iffy. And he plays a really good defense. And his intangibles are off the charts. When he breaks down videos, when you can see the intangibles on YouTube, he breaks them down really well. He shows you the ins and outs of a mind behind the mind of a Rocket League professional, especially a Rocket League professional with that type of intellect. And his overall game just I think he's one of the few people in the world that you can really insert onto any team and they get better. A lot of people are great at what they do, but that doesn't mean they fit on whatever roster. And I believe that personally means more than the ability to dominate a game single-handedly. Just because you can hard carry doesn't mean that you're like the best on the team. So I got Chicago at number 2.
All right. Well, I think for the last 3 picks, like the 2, 3, and 4, me and T-Base guy and I have the same names. It's kind of a little flip-flop. Number 2, I got the boy that's the same skin color as us. I got T-Shot. Now, let me tell you about T-Shot. T-Base might have explained a little bit, but I'm going to explain it more in depth.
Oh, gosh. Get into it then.
Now, T-Shot.
Oh, talk about him.
This a man that don't think.
Talk about him.
And let me tell you how valuable that is in Rocket League.
Tell him about him.
Now, when you don't think and you perform that good,
Mm-hmm.
when he uses his brain, it's next level. It's next level. Nah, but for real. All right. T-Shot is that player, right? Hopped on the SSG. replace of I believe Sathu back when.
Mm-hmm.
Instant difference maker for that team. Just how DeMar was explaining Justin, he could be a difference maker for any team. I think of T-Shock the same way. That kid implemented with the peeps a different play style that is now meta, and he's still doing it to this day. He goes unnoticed on that team. Sometimes he's dropping 68 points a game, but you don't get points for the demos. You don't get points for the boost steals. T-Shock goes unnoticed in those games, and he could turn it on he could turn on his gameplay like a switch. Take your boost, musty flick on you. What other player in the league musty flicked in the game? I don't know anybody else.
I don't even know there is another person that can pull a musty in game.
T-Shock is that boy. Number 2.
That dog.
All right, so
I think
number
we all
one?
might have to say number 1.
I think we already said our number 1 before.
Unless DeMar got a different number 1 than us two.
Yeah, that's facts.
I know.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, his is different than wow.
Yep.
Well, I got Mist, aka Nick, aka Mist. Like I said, the way I just describe players, I like the players that you can insert onto any roster and they're gonna do great. Mist is arguably the best goalkeeper in the world. Holds it down no matter what team he's on, no matter what car he's in. He's on dominance at season 8 Worlds, and now he's on Octane, and he can do. I mean, he's just phenomenal. He's totally consistent. Shoots well, defends well, fills in where he's needed, and I don't think there's a player that's better at doing that than in the entirety of the world, personally speaking. So, and you always know what you're gonna get out of him. He's composed, and he balls out every single time. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, whenever he's playing, you always know Mist is gonna be dominant and consistent on the field, and that is one of the most important things of Rocket League. And so, Mist is my number 1.
I'm just tag along with T-Base and say Mist is my number 1. He kind of explained it, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Let's go.
So I got one of his teammates. I think Mist is a good player, but you can't go wrong with the 4-time. You can't go wrong with the 4-time.
Hey, matter of fact, I like that. Because the amount of hype this man Raul been talking about Turbo Postum this whole entire show, and Turbo Postum don't even crack your top 5.
He's an enabler.
You gotta go with the 4-time, bro. He is second in shots per game. He's 5th in goals per game. 4th is Mist over on his teammates. But I mean, I don't even need to bring out the stats because guess what? The results speak for themselves.
That's facts.
Four world championships. He moved to NA and said, I think I'm going to get another one. And he got another one. And he got another one in NA. And guess what? If he does it again, he going to be the 5-time. So.
Do you think he'll get it again?
Sources say that this could be true. Like, yes. Like. It's the machine.
It's the machine.
Like. He doesn't lose. And I think, especially this season, I think he wants it even more than he did last season. You know what's the difference? He got kicked. He got kicked from his roster. How you kick the 4-time?
How do you kick the
4-time? That's facts. How you kick the 4-time?
How do you kick him?
I bet NRG regretting it, bro. Regretting it.
You kicked the 4-time? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look at first of all in the fall ranking, Team Envy are above NRG by what? 802 is where Envy's sitting. NRG sitting at 550. If we're looking at the overall rankings, Team Envy is in first place with 2,003 points. NRG's in third, 2 points under SSG. They're sitting at 1801. So this is right now is the number 1 team in North America. Again,
for now.
For now. For now, I mean, at this point, I don't really see any signs of them stopping.
But it's because of Turbo Post.
Exactly, and that's why I got him at my number 1.
I see. Interesting. I'm glad you bring up the rings argument. That's great. We're talking about actual current Rocket League now. Like Rocket League, like if you need him tomorrow.
Look, man.
We're not talking about in
Brady
2017.
Is 43, okay? Brady is 43. And the Bucks is at the Super Bowl. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring up Brady.
Yeah, bring up Brady.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, there's a kid in the Super Bowl also named Patrick Mahomes, who's younger than him and better than him.
Oh, okay.
Like nobody cares what Tom Brady did in 2000. It's about what he's doing in 2020.
Well, let me tell you. Something. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes are both on Team Envy right now. That's Turbo and that's Miss.
That's facts. That's
Like, they
facts.
both-
Okay, yo,
Team Envy.
Miss don't even crack your top 5, so don't bring that BS up to me.
Well, the only reason I didn't put him in my top 5 because I wanted to make the suspense. But he's definitely like I probably put him in place of Simple
Miss.
maybe.
Dang.
I said I can't put like 2 players on the same team in the top 5. I feel like it's just like I
I
don't know.
had Garrett there. I like Garrett there. I think Garrett and Justin.
You got Garrett and Justin in the top 5, but they can't reach a grand finals consistently. I think there's something.
I think that's just because, like I said, Justin be trolling. I told you I moved Justin up if I didn't always pop into the stream and was playing anything but Rocket League. He's on Rocket League, but he's not on Rocket League. Does that make sense?
No,
I know it does.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough, yeah.
Okay, so that being said, those are our top 5 players, guys. We're gonna go
Do I
on
have to
to. Huh? No.
Do I have to let people know? Okay, they know what my top 5 is.
Yeah, they should. I mean, they should be if they listen to that whole thing. We kind of went through them all. Going into our next segment here is we'll talk about something that's been more recent, which is Astro. It happened yesterday. It was the first Astro call. KCP ended up taking that one. This is buy or sell KCP. What are we feeling about that result?
Who'd they play?
Oh dear Lord, my brain farted.
I think they might have played PK.
PK in the finals.
Yeah, I think they might have played PK. in the
You
finals.
sent us a link to the bracket too.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It's not.
We'll
I'm, not,
get it.
I'm
I
hedging my bets.
got
and
it.
think it's on PK.
KCP beat Continuum. They beat XSET. They beat PK in the finals.
That's right.
They
PK
beat PK in the
also
finals.
PK beat Rogue, and then PK played Sup, which was Stokely's team, and then they beat them.
PK beat Rogue in what round? Because there's rounds that are not
Best of 5. It was the best of 5. It was
Okay.
round 3.
Oh, round
Yeah.
3.
Or no, it was round 4 actually. Round 3 was when the best of 5 started. Rogue beat Jamal Jabari there. PK beat Soul. Who's on Soul actually? Okay.
That's Parth. That's
Parth.
some young boys.
Wait,
Parth
what the
Stealth
heck?
and
Oh yeah, it is. It is. An expert.
yeah. KCP, are they back? I don't know, T-Base. You got PK making it super far in regionals and getting beat by KCP, who got knocked out in like the second round.
Who got knocked down second round? KCP in the regional?
Yeah, in the regional. This regional. They're
Yeah.
out already.
That happens. Like I said on Monday, I think the format of this regional doesn't adhere to KCP style. Takes them a while to get warmed up. Once they get warmed up, they start flowing. Just like an Astro. I think Astro's prime example. They got multiple rounds. They start flowing and start playing some good teams. Once they start playing the good teams, they warmed up, ready to go. I'm buying it. I don't think they went anywhere. I think they're still a legit top 10 team. It is a matter of if the format fits them. If they just got to go in and there's one or two games, you already got to play a good person. That's not how they roll.
I think I gotta see how Beast Mode feeling. You know, I gotta watch Beast Mode play on that team. Beast Mode is comfortable. If they found a way to like kind of rotate around Beast Mode and what he wants to do on the game, I think that team is that they'll stay top 10. As long as Beast Mode is comfortable. If Beast Mode is on goaling, it's because he's not comfortable. And if he's on goaling, then you're not top 10. It's as simple as that.
That's fair.
So you're not buying, you're selling? You don't think it's a big deal?
Yeah, I'm selling. I don't think it's a big deal. I gotta wait and see.
Yeah, I think overall, I think so as well. I think although it's good that KCP aren't losing in Astros, it's one of those things where they were slotted second seed. So if anything, yeah, I mean they're kind of expected to do well. And then Lord knows, like if they lose, all JG is gonna say is, "Dude, it was an Astro." So, like that's all they're gonna say is it was an Astro at that point. So yeah, gotta see a little bit more from KC Pioneers. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
Respectable.
Okay, we're going to get out of North America for a little bit. It's one of the first times we've gotten out of North America, but it's a question that kind of relates anyways. This one is, can OCE and SAM compete with Europe and NA? Like, is there any OCE team or South America team that can compete with Europe or North America? I'll start. No. I'll just
Well,
no.
sheesh.
Yeah,
No.
just no. I think that looking at, I feel like if there's any, first of all, if we're going on a region basis, the closest region to that right now is South America. That being said, I think that South America only has the ability to take a couple of games off of NA right now. If we're talking about at least speed, and the reason I'm saying that right now is because obviously I think NA is probably the fastest region right now. I think Europe, I think BDS or top 4 in Europe, I should say, also compete at the same speed as NA, but NA just has more depth because again that's an entire region playing on that skill level. So I'd say Sam could definitely take a couple of games off. It's one of those things where if we go back to the last World Championship, which was, I believe it was season 8 Worlds. We have Renegades, Veloce. That was like Freaky's team back in then. Flame, Freaky, Casio. That was a 3-1. I'm trying to figure out who did Roldes end up playing. Roldes ended up losing to Veloce in 5.
To Veloce. Yeah, don't take me back to those days, please.
Yeah, but the PK roster at that time, they played against what they used to call them Cranberry Havoc. Beat them 3-0. I remember that reciprocity match too around the time. Pretty much 3 Sins couldn't win. They only won 1 game out of that time. Low-key did beat Veloce, and then that's where the conversation comes in. I think that in terms of South America, I think they could take series off of teams in Europe, but I don't think they could take series off of teams in NA. I think their best shot is Europe. I think low-key taking that first series against Veloce is a big like symbol of that because they just go for everything. And if you're playing on LAN settings, like the stuff that Veloce did around that season, they did like their play style around that time was just kind of like, it was consistent. They never did anything super special. They were consistent. And a speedy team like Low-key who will just like rush you down, demo or whatever, they won't let that happen. But Low-key in the next round, just so you guys have more stats or more results, they went against NRG. They lost 3-0. There was a close one. I mean, there were 1-goal games except for game 3, and then Low-key ended up dropping the loser semis and losing to Renegades actually. So I think that like OCE battle, it'll be interesting to see that type of particular matchup because I think that was the only time we actually did see those two teams go head to head was Low-key versus Renegades. And Renegades did end up winning that. They went to game 5, Champions Field. Renegades scored 2 goals, but they had 2 overtimes, one in game 1 and 2. Low-key had a 3-0 win, but that's pretty much all we got in terms of like last international LAN results, I believe.
I'm agree with you on your statement. I don't think any OCE, 100% OCE is not taking any NA or EU teams. It's unfortunate. I just don't think OCE teams are as, you know, I don't know what they're doing in OCE, but they're just not keeping up. Point blank, period. South America, on the other hand, I think they do have some depth. You do see like rank 2s South American players playing on NA, and they actually like can keep up. And that's like the only like slightest bit of light that you see from South America. And if those players can like bring teams together and actually like work together, I can see them competing against NA and EU. I remember going to that LAN and we were like NA players were like low key like scared to play South American teams because they didn't know what they were gonna get on LAN. So when you play these South American players, you're playing against them, they're at like 150 ping, 130 ping, things like that. And you go to LAN, they don't got ping no more. So we were like, these dudes about to ball on us. Like they're gonna come out of nowhere and ball, but they really didn't. Yeah, they really didn't. So yeah, I don't think right now that they can take them. I think the best, I'm looking at recent results. True Neutral just won in phase 1 of the Grand Series, and that's Raise Bull, which you see in rank Shad and AG or AJG, and yeah, and I don't I don't know anyone on that team but Raisable, to be honest. So
You ain't never play AJG?
nah, I don't think I have.
He cold.
Is he
He's
cold?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. I've casted like a couple of like South American matches, so I'm pretty like I'd say I have like a decent amount of like knowledge on the scene. Nah, when they play in their own region, it's actually a lot of fun to watch. Like I actually highly encourage those who are like listening or watching to maybe one day you got like some time on the schedule, you see RLCS South America on, just like, you know, keep an eye on the bracket, look at a series. If you see a matchup you might like, you know, tune into that because it is a lot of fun. I mean, Rocket Street gets hosted after RLCS all the time, so I'm assuming some people have stuck around, but yeah, definitely keep an eye on South America to see how they're doing. That being said, we're gonna slide to T-Bates. T-Bates, what are you thinking?
So you both have no OCE teams?
0 OCE. 0.
Yeah, I'm not seeing no.
Absolutely none.
For both regions.
um,
Right, for both regions, they can't beat either region.
I think that team that we just talked about, True Neutral and maybe 11s can take a couple games off some teams, but I don't think they'll beat multiple teams.
Oh, and those are the two South American teams?
Yeah, those are the two South.
Okay. And you got the same thing, DeMar?
Yeah, I'm kind of, you know, I can see True Neutral doing something. OCE, let me, hold on. I need to make sure.
You used to make sure.
I think,
It's
well,
a
okay.
hot take.
I know it's a hot take. Let me do my research though. Dang. Okay. Like I think Ground Zero might be, I think Ground Zero actually might have the best chance because Torsos. Like he's still on the team. They're actually a really, really well-rounded team in OCE. Right now, they're pretty much dominating the region, I'd say right now. I think that for them, with Torsos having the lane experience that he has, I think he can prepare his team in the best form. But still, I don't really see, you know, it's the land pressure. It's the land pressure. I think it gets to him every time.
Okay. Well, I'm going to express for everybody else, and NA and EU both know. Neither of them two regions are going to do worth nothing. They ain't going to do nothing to either of them. It's just that simple. The only chance that either of them have is if somehow, some way they face like the sixth team in Europe, maybe like a Galaxy Racer, Team Queso type of thing. Because like Dignitas going to make that top 5. And so you have a legit top 5 that are better than either of those two regions before. And you already know NA, whoever top 6 come out of there, it's going to be way better than it's just a different level of preparation, different level of speed, different level of commitment. OCE people, they can't play NA or EU all day. Same thing. I mean, Sam can play NA, but you're playing at disadvantage ping-wise all the time. So you might not be accustomed to going for risky things like you would try against them if you had no ping, just to like see it. And then like you can't catch up to that speed just on having a couple of days of scrimming them and like 2 days right before you play them on the land stage. So I don't think either regions can compete with them. It's cool to have them in there. I really like the worldwide view Saunders taking, but for now, until there's a way in which OC or Sam can consistently compete against either of those two big regions with a good ping and practice against them all the time, there's just no way you can compete with them on that level.
I think,
and that's why I think like go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, and that's the difference between. And like I solidified it between the difference between like Sam, OCE, and then like the Middle East. Cause like Khalid, Ahmed, and all them, they can QEU all the time at like 80 ping. So it's just like Q and US West. So that's one of the reasons they're so good. I don't think people understand that. They're playing against EU people all the time. Sam, when they QNA, they're not playing 80 ping. If they play 80 ping, I'll be talking a different story. Same with OCE. If OCE could somehow QEU and get 80 ping or QNA 80 ping, that's a different story.
Man.
But like you just can't like, and that's why I think they're like 2 steps behind. It's just a ping geographical area issue.
It gets me so frustrated too because we have a lot of these. I feel like this has really been like the biggest point of the whole reason why we have the format we have this season. Now keep in mind this was like I feel like, but this season would have been so well done if we weren't in the middle of a pandemic. Like you talk about us having every major would have been international. Imagine
that would be good for the experience.
We would have had all these teams playing And then at the same time, imagine a middle, like you could have ME like Sandrock actually playing against these teams like for like in an international setting like at some point, and then you would really be able to decide the two. Right now, like a lot of the conversations starting to shift because we saw everyone's talking about EU and NA, but then you had the Middle East come in, and then now they're trying to fight for like an RLCS spot because
they deserve it.
Because they're taking down EU RLCS teams. Like that team, that Sandrock Gaming team is doing that. So then it opens up this conversation, but then now you want to see the depth of the regions overall. And it's so hard to do because we can't get together right now. We can't get together. So I'm telling you, like, although like this season we didn't have that, going forward, once everything starts to like figure itself out, the competition, the level of competition is going to be so much higher and so much more intense than it is right now. But
100%.
But yeah, I think at this very moment, a lot of it has to be based on the fact that everyone is so far apart. But once things get better and we all start competing against each other, I would not be surprised if we come back to this conversation with a totally different opinion. That being said, that's it for that, and we're gonna move on. We're actually gonna jump into Europe here for a little bit. We're gonna talk about the best team in Europe, or arguably, I guess we could say at this point now, BDS. Can BDS be rivaled? Have they been too comfortable in that top spot that Europe has kind of given them, and all these conversations about best team in the world? Right now, they are sitting at, I think, the most points out of every team in the world in terms of RLCS Season X points. They are sitting at 2,656 with Vitality under them with 1,781. So,
oh my god,
yeah,
that is steep.
They got a cushion, to say the least. Can anybody compete with them? That's the question.
We're talking about an EU, right? Like, can anyone compete with them in EU?
Or are we talking about the world?
Yeah, we're talking about the world.
Let's stay in Europe. Let's stay in Europe for a little bit.
Stay in Europe. Right, let me see. Let me see what's going on here.
All right, while he's doing that, I think there are a couple teams that compete with them for sure. They're not like this almighty team that comes in and sweeps everybody. A lot of these series go like 4-3, and they don't win a lot of grids either. They won the last grid, I think, but other than that, they don't. It's not like they dominate.
For me,
oh,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say for me, I think it's Top Blokes. I think Top Blokes is the team that can compete with BDS. They won.
That gives them the most.
I probably have to look up head-to-heads, to be honest. But I think that for at least in terms of like from what I've seen in Europe and from teams, oh my goodness, I'm sorry, that have won regionals. If we're looking at teams that have won regionals, the only ones that win when BDS lose is Vitality and Top Blokes. Those are the only two teams that have won one. And I think
Giants get second a lot.
Yeah, Giants
do get second.
And Giants was one goal away from beating them last time.
That's true. I'm looking at this right now.
One goal away.
But that being said, like BDS still ends up coming out with a lot of these series, and it got to the point where I remember BDS was posting like videos of them winning grids and then winning regionals, and then you put a picture or a camera on Extra, and Extra just like, yeah, dude, what's up, dude?
That's what we do. That's what we do. They got a little swag with a little confidence.
You know,
they should.
Yeah. I mean,
you see how many points they have?
They have. They's gonna backfire on them though. You can only get away with winning so many of them 4-3s. Eventually, them 4-3s ain't gonna go your way. And if it ain't gonna happen to EU, it's most sure gonna happen in NA. But we can stay EU for now. And there are teams that can't compete with them. BDS started off real hot, but they getting a little closer. And the spring split gonna really be telling. I think that Vitality, Alpha 54 start grinding a little bit more. Cause Vitality had them in the last grid they played. BDS won. I think that was the grid. BDS won the grid. Vitality is up 3-1. Is that BDS took out that clutch gene, that mental block. I don't know, somewhere in there, Vitality's mental block, and they don't believe that they could beat them. But and Vitality grinds a little bit more, and then you could beat them on any day of the week.
How Vitality get passed up? That's what I want to.
Because they got complacent.
That's how any team gets passed up, I
But-
guess. That's
Yep.
I mean, that's
Monkey
facts.
Moon ain't gonna get complacent.
Monkey Moon won it.
Monkey Moon ain't gonna get complacent.
Monkey Moon won it.
But ain't gonna get complacent either. Extra ain't getting complacent. So like they hungry, they want it, but that domination. And I think Dignitas on the come up in EU. Apparently, Jack just needed time to gel with that roster, and Joru's only gets better. He only gets better. Eventually, the threes will become like the ones, and then he will dominate you. And it's only a matter of time. I think they all know that. People in the nation know that too. They know, they respect him, probably like a top 10 player, EU. But eventually, he go into that top 5, maybe in that top 2. And it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time. And so, personally speaking, I got teams that compete with them any day of the week. I just think EU start off slow as a region, and BDS is just that much better off rip. And so, like, the gap just gotta like get close, get smaller. And it's about right here, right now. Eventually, it's gonna be like this.
Yeah, I think it's all a matter of time before they do get rivaled consistently. Whether it's Vitality or whether it's Giants, Top Blokes, whoever it is. I think it's only a matter of time. Dignitas. I feel like that Dignitas team is gonna be crazy in the future.
Mm-hmm.
They keep grinding. They got 2 young guns with the veteran
with the vet captain.
Yeah.
You guys seem pretty like in on BDS. Definitely, like if they end up going to NA or like playing NA, like they're not gonna stand a chance, or they're gonna be the games.
They can stand a chance. Yeah. They're a good team. They just ain't being NA.
They're not beating the top of NA.
You can get whoever you want from EU on this team, and I'll let you know right now. I sweep them so damn quick. I'll let you right now. They ain't beating my teams. That's how it's gonna work. That's just the facts of it.
I need to get Monkey Moon in here, man. I'm telling you.
You speak English?
Yeah,
no.
You think I came up with that Spanish voice start going, hola, ¿cómo estás? I'd be like, yeah.
If I can't get him, I'll try to get Extra. I know Extra speak English, so.
I might talk too fast for him too. You gotta get somebody that speaks English properly.
Don't worry.
You gotta slow down.
Yeah, maybe you just
gotta
breathe.
slow down.
Breathe. Okay, that is gonna be that for BDS. Now here we go. We're gonna talk about this one. Will be the last thing we hit on for today. The Middle East. You know, we mentioned it a little bit. But let's expand a little bit more. There've been a lot of posts about it recently on Reddit. I think Reddit's made a tweet about it. And let's just actually, you know, tackle this one. Should the Middle East be allowed to play for an event or something that can give them a chance to be at the World Championship stage?
Please.
I think everyone's like adamant about it, bro. At this point, you have to give them something. They've proven too much. They were like top of the talk, like for.
But like I think just so I can play devil's advocate here. The question I think, or the reason I would say is something that holds them back is that I don't think that there's depth in the region. I think that Sandrock Gaming is a good team that can play against all these other teams, but I think Middle East as a region hasn't really shown that throughout everything else. We only know 3 players.
I mean,
and OCE has.
You got. I know I can name OCE players though. I can name OCE players. I can name Cammy. I can name Torsas. I can name CJ. I can name what's it? Siki.
You got 4
players.
Okay. You got 4 players. You got to make at least 2 teams. 2 teams, please.
I gotta make 2 teams.
2 teams, 6 players.
I'm missing 2 players.
Go ahead. 2 players. No, don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
Hold him right there. Give him to his words.
Express.
Okay, that's fine.
He's struggling.
Wait. Why are y'all doing this?
You better not help
him. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Jules, fucking Jules.
Okay, he made 2 teams. Now make 3.
Right. I'm not making 3.
I can name Middle East players.
Okay, you gotta give me 6. Because I don't think you can do that for me.
Farhad, Okali, Senzo, Ahmad. They got a dude called Faris, I believe. And then who the ones player? They got a ones player too. They got a ones player that I'm missing the name.
If T-Base can name the 6th player, then they definitely deserve it. They definitely deserve it. If can name the 6th player, they definitely deserve it. Man.
I don't know who the 6th player is, bro. I don't remember him. But he's not bad. They got legit like 6 people, but I just don't know his name. But But like, anyways, that's the point that like Sonic should have attended to. I don't know. Maybe they did try to do this, but maybe it's some legal thing in terms of like just having the Middle East and Saudi Arabia or wherever they're all from into it. But they could at least try to do like Europe plus Saudi Arabia this year,
Yeah, I was
or
gonna
Europe
say.
plus Middle East, or and really in general, that's what it should be anyways. Because
Yeah.
them boys to get decent ping, and then you do an RCS server, you could probably get it to where they're playing on 60 ping.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
You
I
can
was,
So
even
like,
it out.
and,
I
like
was gonna
when
say,
they
like,
announced that, it made no sense to me.
would you rather have them be their own region, or would you rather
No.
have them be a part
No.
of Europe?
I want to be part of Europe.
Yeah, if we can only name 6 players, they definitely should just be a part of Europe.
Okay.
They should be a part of Europe.
I think that.
Yeah.
I think honestly, I feel like if the European community shows interest, like I feel like the European community will have to like show just like that much more of an interest. You know what I mean?
But see, like you can't rely on the European community for that
Why not?
because you talking about the players outside that aren't going to compete at the top level. Because you're talking about the players at the top level, they don't want them there because they can't beat them.
Facts. That's facts, bro. That's facts. Like,
I don't think them people in the EU know they can't beat them, and they people know they can't beat them.
Oh Lord.
You got dudes that are Khaled and Ahmed, just them two. I'm not even gonna bring up Senzo. Senzo's the truth too now. But them two right there, my first two people I mentioned, they're always number one in something. And ranked, they're number one in something, and they're playing on lesser ping than other people. They're probably usually 1 and 2, at least in doubles. Sometimes in threes, and you know Khaled number 1 in ones, give or take most of the time. So like, and then like over the summer they played a Johnny Boys tournament with everybody in it, and they got second. And they kind of threw it, and they like dominated everybody throughout. And then they lost the singularity. They got swept finally. That was like their first bad showing.
Oh yeah. I mean,
But other than that, they beat everybody
yeah. And I'm just playing
without having proper experience.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know, like I'm 100% with it. You know, I've been with it since I saw them last year when I was doing the Europe skirmishes, and then like I had Civic come in my chat like, "Yo, here's like $5,000 to my team play," and I'm like, "Yes, your team can play.
You can play.
All right. Hey, you want 10K? Hey, there you go.
That man said money talks.
I can slide you 3 on the low too, tomorrow. That's what he's praying.
I mean, but like I don't keep any of that money. That money all went to the prize pool. I wish I kept that money. I kept the sub money from that. That being said, I still am just like, bro, like the fact that he's willing. Yeah, the fact that he's willing to put all that forward just so he can get that team in front of somebody. All he wanted was his team to get in front of somebody. Like, these dudes are cold. I know it. I'm rich. I will put that money down just so you know that my team is cold with it. So I respect that. I commend him for that.
Right.
And yeah, I want to see more of the Middle East as well in some of these games, because the only thing they're gonna do is shake it up more. And I like me some spicy Rocket League tournaments. That being said, guys, that is going to be that's.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
The last thing I would want to see is them make an Asia region and have like Samurai Gaming in that Asia region. I think that'd be meh.
But what Asian players do we even know?
I don't know, but if they somehow manage to do one, then I feel like that'd be meh. It's robbing people of entertainment and consistency.
You think
and
Asia should be in there?
Not right now, no. Not until they prove that they have a lot of teams that are good and on that level. I don't think that they should just force another region like that. Same thing like Middle East. Like for next RLCS, if they try to force Middle East like a region, I don't think that's necessary.
Wait, so what was your argument?
I'm saying like it's not arguing to the point. Like I'm saying like I just don't want to see like the Asia region and like they put Samurai Gaming in the Asia region and then like it's just Samurai Gaming and then everybody else like a whole bunch of extra.
You're saying that you don't want them to do that. You'd rather them play in the EU.
I'd rather them play in EU.
Mm-hmm.
And then eventually down the line, if Asia becomes really good, then you make the Asia region and you shift them back over there.
Yeah, if they got like better ping or something in Asian regions.
Yeah,
I
that's
agree.
that.
Okay. Any final thoughts, Roldiz, T Bates, before we close out for the day?
I love talking. I love the show. It's fun.
So it's always a good time.
It's a vibe for me. I'm at some
First
stuff.
I got a little shaky. Now it's like we vibing.
I'm gonna have some background stuff next weekend. I mean next week.
Okay.
Make sure to tune in.
Yeah, actually, make sure to tune in. Follow these guys on Twitter. You see their Twitters under their names. Jayski, I actually messaged Jayski as we were like, I was getting ready to go live, and he sent me the updated graphic that fast. So T-Base's Twitter is on point. It was messed up. Yeah, definitely go. So shout out to Jayski for all the designs. Shout out to everyone who is in Twitch chat every day, and then those who are watching at home. I'm gonna upload the first episode quite literally when we're done. I spent all this time rendering it because we had some issues, but now we have everything, and I'm pretty sure I got everything from today as well. We've been live for about 2 hours and 14 minutes, so keep on going, keep on killing it. We'll see if our predictions come true in the regional, and we'll see how our top 5 teams have changed and what everything looks like. So a lot of content is going to be posted over between now and next Monday, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the socials. We'll see you in the other threads. And again, guys, take care. This is First Touch, and we're going to be signing off for the day. Peace and much love.
Have a good week.
Peace late.
You're tuned in Naked and Kyle on Cosmos Radio.